Good Tuesday afternoon. Welcome to the Voice of Ocala on a overcast, warm Tuesday afternoon. We're coming to you from the palatial studios of the WOCA radio studios at Ocala Paddock Mall. I'm Tom Schmitz. I'm joined by Austin Tapman. Austin,
am I going to have to do this
I think
trivia
you may
show
have
with
to
you?
do the whole segment today.
Your voice didn't survive trivia last night?
The voice did not survive trivia.
It's waning.
Which, to the amusement of some, is a good thing, but to me, not so much.
So it'll be Trivia Tuesday with Voiceless Tom and Austin.
There you go. Or the voiceless Tom of Ocala or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got Facebook, Austin?
I have Facebook, yes. I don't use it very often.
You know, there's advantages to Facebook.
Of course.
And there's disadvantages to Facebook. And then there are pages on Facebook that are both good and bad at the same time.
Right.
I feel that way right now about Ocala's word of mouth. Are you familiar with this Facebook page?
I'm not.
If you go on this Facebook page, it was a page set up, and it is exactly what it says it is. It's Ocala's word of mouth, and people go on and post, you know, good experiences they've had places, bad experiences they've had places. It's a place where you can go on and ask a question about, you know, if you need a good pool guy that people will suggest, or if you need a tree cut down in your yard, people will suggest.
Yes, I understand.
Okay? So it has a very good use in that respect. But basically, it's a Facebook page that us in the sports world have known for a very long time. You know him, and I know him as, now I've just forgot the word I'm looking for, boards on sports websites. Message boards. That's all the word of mouth is. It's a message board. And if you've ever been involved with sports message boards, you know that a lot of people out there just sit at home and post on those message boards because they have no life.
Right, and it's a voluntary response type of thing, so only the people that have very strong opinions are going to take the time to write on their message boards.
Right, certainly. And it can be used very good. I have a very good lawn guy that I'm using now that I got from Ocala Word of Mouth. I put out there, I'm looking for a guy to cut my grass. I got a bunch of suggestions. I screened a few guys, and I got a lawn guy out of it. So far, he's done me a great job. But then you have people that'll go, you know, to restaurants, rightfully so, and if they have a bad experience at a restaurant, they put it on the message board. But then that message gets messaged back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And lo and behold, you have some people that will just write bad things just to write them. But that's not what really aggravates me about these message boards. It's that people who are written about on the message boards immediately get angry, like that the person that wrote about them, you know, is the final say on it.
Right. You can't take them personal, and you can't act like it's your best friend on the message board saying that to you, is what you're saying.
Right. And it's amazing to me how quick a negative message will go up on Ocala Word of Mouth, and people the negative message are about scramble to try to get a response to that message. Sometimes, my mom used to tell me, sometimes the best way to make somebody go away is to ignore them.
Yes. The good old trick of how to get a little 5-year-old to stop annoying you.
You
just
ignore
him.
Yeah.
Right.
5-year-old eventually gets tired of bothering you. He goes on to bother somebody
Or they realize
else.
it's not really affecting you. I'm not going to waste my time if it's not going to hurt them.
Right. And so they move on to something
Right.
else that interests them.
Somebody else to bother.
I witnessed a situation earlier today. I won't say where, but I witnessed a situation earlier today where there was a negative response put on Ocala's Word of Mouth, and there was a scramble of numerous people trying to work up a response to this. And I thought, why don't you just ignore it? You handled the situation where you were at The person you handled the situation with thought it was handled well while you were there. Then they went home and decided to browbeat you on Ocala word of mouth. So what? You handled it at the point where it was needed to be handled. Now you don't need to go write a response that then opens you up to other people responding to your response.
It's just like asking for attention.
I guess what I'm saying is message boards are,
Take it with a grain of salt.
you have to, a lot of salt.
Yeah.
They have their value. Like I said, I got a great guy to cut my grass out of it. But I could have just as easy got a terrible guy to cut my grass out of it.
Well, it's the same
And
thing.
somebody that said was a good guy.
It's the same thing with Facebook in general. People now call it a brag book. If you're going to go look at somebody's Facebook page and think that their life is as they depict it on their Facebook pages, then, I mean...
You get what you get.
Right. You can't base your entire
Are you
thoughts,
telling me
opinions...
you're telling me that my Facebook page is slanted to such where I look good on it, Austin?
Well, no.
Because it is, by the way.
Well, yes, of course to you, but it's just the same thing with Facebook. You can't base your whole opinion off how somebody's doing off their Facebook page.
And we've become a society that does that a lot.
Which is sad.
And I've dealt with it for a while because of message boards on sports message boards. I have a friend of mine who literally, two of my other friends and myself had to force him, by taking his computer from him, to never look at message boards to see what people were saying about him. Because he felt like he had to respond to everything that was being said about him.
If you feel like you have to impress people that are going to voluntarily say what they think on a message boards, I mean, if you're doing your job and you're doing what you think is right, then don't worry about a message board.
Could you imagine if there was a message board for the Voice of Ocala? I could never go read the thing, or I'd just be volatile the whole day. I'd just be ready to slap somebody upside their head or rip somebody's head off all day. Because I promise you, there are enough people out there that would say that I'm terrible and would just kill me on a message board. Maybe even my sister, I don't know. But just next time, remember, when you're looking at message boards, understand you're not looking at the,
End all,
King
be all.
James version of the Bible.
Yes. There's
You're
more out
looking at
there than the message board.
You're looking at a message board written by people who have an agenda 99.9% of the time when they put that message out there. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Terminator Tuesday with Tom. I'm giving away 2 tickets to Wine and Tapas on May 31st in downtown Ocala, plus a value box from Value Box USA. I'll give that away next, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, streaming live at WOCA.com. The Source.
Right on the southwestern corner of the square sits one of the finest dining establishments in Florida, Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood Restaurant. Mark's offers big city dining amenities in a charming and small town setting. It's a rare treat to experience both the ambiance and the exquisite cuisine in a friendly atmosphere. Ocala's finest restaurant serves the finest beef, the freshest seafood, premium wines, and naturally fresh vegetables. From valet parking to splendid service, Mark's offers the complete package. Check it out today. Mark's Prime Seafood and Steakhouse Restaurant.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, the new old-fashioned bank. Let us introduce you to Ocala, a simple way to bring your business online. Through this relationship, your business can have a fully functioning website in less than 30 minutes. We will also provide you support with social media, sales tracking, e-commerce, and online scheduling, which is all optimized for mobile users. Ocala, now at Gateway Bank, Silver Springs Boulevard, Ocala. Come visit our technology center for your total small business solution. I'm Tom Ingram, and I'll see you there.
Let's be honest, the reason you listen to the Voice of Ocala is we're so darn smart on this program. Tee it up for fake or factoid number 1. If you're ever at a Japanese restaurant, never rub your chopsticks together because it's a gesture that is extremely offensive to the chef.
Fake.
Fake.
You're all wrong. It's fact. Your right ear usually hears speech better than your left.
Fake.
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 Fact.
Fake.
It's fact.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Is it opposite?
My
day?
goodness, you're almost going.
Like,
You're almost out now.
I haven't got one right yet.
I haven't either.
This is a record score for Fake or Factoid. Our cracked crew from around the
Have
globe.
cracked. Maybe we're not as smart as you think we are, buddy. But listen to Fake or Factoid anyway, every day on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Hi, I'm Buddy Martin. Don't touch that dial. I'll be along in just a moment here after Tom and the Tribinator, right here on the Voice of Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
This is Austin Tavern reminding you to stay in contact with us at WOCA. Find us on Twitter and Instagram at Voice of Ocala. Make sure to become a friend of our Facebook page and call us at 622-9622.
Legally Yours, brought to you by Fuller & Fuller Attorneys at Law. On the air every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. with John Fuller, a board-certified civil trial lawyer for over 25 years. John welcomes your questions, from business to complex family matters to legal disputes. So tune in every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. for Legally Yours with John Fuller, right here on WOCA 1370 AM and 96.3 FM, The Source.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Our tractor services include bush hog, disking, front end loader, box blade, and stump grinding. We also have zero-turn mowers for the smaller paddocks, aisleways, fence rows, and lawn care. Fence row spraying is also available for weed control. We are licensed and insured. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440, or online at powellgene, Gene, at yahoo.com. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing.
Habitat for Humanity of Marion County is a ministry dedicated to improving lives by providing affordable and decent housing. Help them help others by visiting the Habitat for Humanity Ocala Restore at 926 Northwest 27th Avenue. To schedule a donation, give us a call at 401-0075 and we'll come pick it up. For more information, visit ocalarestore.org. Habitat for Humanity of Marion County. Building homes, building hope, building community.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
WOCA.
This is Tom Smith's live in WOCA News Center with this news break brought to you by Angelo State Farm Agency. Citing justifiable use of force, according to Ocala.com, the state's attorney's office will not prosecute Jarrett Davis for shooting and killing another man late last year. The decision stems from a November 23, 2013 shooting of Ramon Mike near Southwest 5th Street. A witness told police Davis had shot Mike because the 27-year-old had pointed a gun at Davis. The shooter and his cousin told investigators Mike pointed the gun at the cousin. Several adult witnesses said they told police they heard gunshots, did not see anything. According to a 2-page report by the state's attorney, law allows the use of deadly force if a person reasonably believes that such force is necessary to prevent imminent death. This news break was brought to you by Angelo State Farm Agency. Join Angie weekly for her Biz Buzz, her Good Neighbor Award.
You're listening to Trivianator Tuesday with Tom Schmitz. He went to Georgia Southern. Don't ask.
People always told me, be careful what you do. Don't go around breaking young girls' hearts. And mother always told me, be careful who you love.
We're back on the Voice of Ocala. Trivianator Tuesday with Tom. Remember, folks, if you want to go out on Ocala's word of mouth and tell how good or how bad Trivianator Tuesday with Tom is, I'm not going to read it. So, somebody will read it, though. All the people that say it's good people will tune in, and all the people who say it's bad, people will tune in just to see if it's bad or not. So either way, I'm happy. With that said, let's get started with Trivianator Tuesday with Tom. Let's get started. Today, first thing off, giving away 2 tickets to Wine and Tapas downtown. It'll be May 31st, Saturday. The ticket's $40. I'm giving away 2 tickets.
$80 value. Quick math.
plus a value box from Value Box USA. It's a great little recipe box, got a bunch of recipes in it and everything. Chuck Henderson of Value Box USA, gracious enough to give us a value box to give away. So 2 tickets to Wine and Tapas and a value box from Value Box USA. All you gotta do is answer 2 questions. Call the Climate Control Source Hotline, 622-9622. The first question: what famous book begins chug, 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 puff, puff, puff? What famous book begins chug, 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 puff, puff, puff? If you know that answer, call the Climate Control Source Hotline, 622-9622, for your chance to win 2 tickets to Wine and Tapas downtown on May 31st and a value box from Value Box USA. And all you gotta do is call 622-9622 for your chance to win. We hear about fathers protecting their children all the time, but I think maybe there's one father that may have went a little too far. We'll talk about that. But first, let's go to the phone lines and talk to Pete. Pete, hi, how are you?
Hey, Tom, how you feeling?
Pete, I'm fine. My voice is shot. It comes from screaming at the television for California Chrome to run, because obviously he was in Pimlico and he could hear me through the television yelling at him to run. It's obvious the horse could hear.
Tom, would you say you're a little hoarse?
Yeah, see, there you go, Pete. There you go. All right, Pete, here we go. First question. What famous book begins chug, 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 puff, puff, puff?
My guess is Tom Sawyer.
Tom Sawyer is not correct.
Okay, thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Pete. If you know the answer, what famous book begins chug, 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 puff, puff, puff? Call the Climate Control Source Hotline at 622-9622 for your chance to win 2 tickets to Wine and Tapas on May 31st in downtown Ocala, plus a value box from Value Box USA. Who do we have, Austin?
Mark.
Hi, Mark. How are you today?
Good.
Mark, I'm a little hoarse today, so you're gonna have to bear with me. Do you Facebook, Mark?
Yes.
Do you go on to do you a member of the page Ocala's Word of Mouth?
Say it again?
Are you a member of the Ocala Word of Mouth page?
I am not.
Well, check it out sometime. It's a message board that'll make you laugh at times from the stupidity some people put out there.
All right, I'll check it out.
All right, what famous book begins chug, 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 puff, puff, puff?
The Little Engine That Could.
I think I can. Correct. If you get the second question right, you'll win 2 tickets to Wine and Tapas. You ever been to Wine and Tapas?
No, I'd love to go.
Downtown Ocala, great. Who did James Earl Ray shoot in Memphis in April of 1968?
MLK.
That is correct. You're a winner. Stay on the line. We're going to get all your information, your email address, your phone number, and your name so we can get all this stuff to you. Stay on the line for me.
Thank you.
Just like that, we got a winner. Mark knew it was a little engine that could, and knew it was Martin Luther King Jr. that James Earl Ray shot in April of 68. So how far would you go as a parent to protect your child? Let's say you got a little 5-year-old daughter. How far would you go to protect that 5-year-old? I would go,
Nope, this is Austin.
I would go quite a ways to protect. I'd go quite a ways to protect my little 5-year-old girl. If a predator was coming after my daughter or something, Austin, 5-year-old, got to protect them.
Absolutely. It's a little girl.
How far would you go to protect your 5-year-old against like a 16-year-old kid?
Pretty far.
Pretty far.
You don't want any bad things happening, obviously.
Well, I'm sorry, she's 6 years old. The daughter's 6-year-old. So I guess a 16-year-old, though, you go a long way to make sure nothing happened to your 6-year-old daughter.
Right.
How far would you go against a 10-year-old and your 6-year-old daughter? Little 10-year-old girl bullying your daughter at school, how far would you go?
Pretty far to make sure she's safe.
Exactly.
However
How about if
far you
your
need to go.
daughter, 6 years old, was being bullied by a 5-year-old in her kindergarten class? You go to the teacher, go to the principal.
Right. Say, hey, we got a problem. Keep my kids safe.
Would your first instinct when your daughter says this 5-year-old's bullying me be to go to the police?
No, that wouldn't be mine first.
Well, you're obviously not Brian Metzger.
No, I'm Austin Tatman.
Brian Metzger, Wisconsin dad. He says his 6-year-old daughter has repeatedly been harassed by a classmate at Prairie Lane Elementary. She came home and said the student threatened her, saying, "I will slit your throat and watch you bleed." He explained she and the other students have been dealing with the same individual all year. Metzger decided it was time to take the matter to the police. The May 12th incident, described as disorderly conduct, involved the boy kicking the girl and throwing sand and rocks at her during gym class, according to the Pleasant Prairie Police Department report. The boy was sent home that day for his behavior, and Metzger got a judge to issue a restraining order against the 5-year-old.
I'm not even sure, no disrespect to the 5 and 6-year-olds, but at 5 and 6, I didn't even know what a restraining order meant.
The school system did, because the father presented the restraining order to the school and they removed the boy from the classroom. The boy's not allowed in the lunchroom at the same time as the girl, on the playground at the same time as the girl, or within 100 feet of the girl in bus lines or any other kind of school activity. They can't even go to assembly together.
So one of them's got to sit out.
And it's the boy who's sitting out because he has a restraining order against him.
Normally, I would say this is a little bit of a overreaction, but judging by what was said to the girl.
Well, the little girl said he said that. The little boy's parent says our son wouldn't know to say slit your throat and watch you
That's
bleed.
a little excessive for a 5 and 6-year-old to say that. I was thinking about Legos, 5 and 6 years old.
Metzger, however, says he's still not satisfied. He said, my little girl used to go to love to kindergarten but don't want to go to school. Metzger wants the boy removed from the school district. The school system says we're working with the parents and the family involved, and we'll continue working with them to provide a safe learning environment for all students. A hearing on the restraining order is set for Tuesday, May 20th. So that was this Tuesday, today. Metzger could not be reached for comment. And the school system says with an ongoing situation like this, we're not going to comment anymore. So not only does he go, and he doesn't go to the principal or the school, he goes to the police, makes a police report, gets a judge to sign a temporary restraining order so they can have a hearing today, but he wants the boy removed from the school district. That may be a jump.
You know what, though, Tom? In today's day and age, I don't know that it is. Obviously, it's a he said, she said type of deal.
Is it that difficult to keep an eye on a 5-year-old?
If you're a teacher or administrator of the school, no.
Especially if your radar's up that the 5-year-old may or may not be a problem.
Right. And obviously we don't know more in the situation, but if this 5-year-old boy supposedly said that, then this girl is not the only problem that he's probably having.
He kicked the girl and then threw sand and rocks at her during gym class.
And then she said that he told
said he
her.
was going to slit her throat and watch her bleed.
Kicking rocks and throwing dirt at her is a little bit on the opposite side of the spectrum.
I never said I would slit somebody's throat and watch them bleed. But if I got a restraining order put on to me when I was in elementary school, every time I kicked somebody and threw sand and rocks at them on the playground, you wouldn't have enough room in this studio to handle the paperwork. I was a bad kid. I was what is commonly referred to as a bully.
Yes.
And had to learn through, good administrators and friends, losing friends and all, how not to be one. But I think going right to the police because...
Well, yeah, that's a little excessive.
A 5-year-old kicked sand and rocks at your daughter. I don't know.
I think you go to the
That's-
administration. If the administration doesn't do anything, then maybe to the police.
Or the school board.
Yes. But in today's day and age,
it's a 5-year-old.
Rather be safe than sorry.
I guess. Hey, when we come back, we'll ask us get Trivinator Tuesday with Tom going again. We already got one winner. See if we can give something else away right here on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Hey, bring me down. Can't none bring me down.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And so is State Farm agent Angie Lewis, working hard to serve her community as a citizen and insurance agent. Angie wants to help you as you adjust your insurance needs to your life. From everything to helping educate your teen driver to protecting your family against everyday risk. She wants to change the way you perceive insurance by developing relationships with her clients, which is why Angie and her staff are proud to be a part of so many good causes in Ocala. In turn, she has chosen to single out those who step up as leaders. Each month on the Voice of Ocala, Angie spotlights a good neighbor, saluting those who give exceptional service or do random acts of kindness to others. For this, Angie was written up in State Farm's National Magazine. Angie also supports local businesses with a regular Biz Buzz. The Angie Lewis State Farm Agency is located at 1122 Northeast 36th Avenue, where visitors are always welcome and the coffee pot is always on. Need a car? Need financing? Need somebody to cut through the red tape and send you rolling down the highway? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Got great credit and just prefer a quality pre-owned car at a fair price from somebody you can trust? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Want to avoid high pressure to feel appreciated and be able to choose from a wide selection of AutoCheck and Carfax certified vehicles? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala and Bellevue. Prestige, it's all there in our name. Hi, I'm Buddy Martin. Don't touch that dial. I'll be along in just a moment here after Tom and the Trivinator, right here on the Voice of Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Hello, everybody. This is Terry Bradshaw of Fox NFL Sunday. Whenever I'm in Ocala, if I'm not digging and singing with my buddy Mel Tillis, then I'm listening to my longtime friend Buddy Martin on WOCA. Of course, I rarely get to Ocala, so if you believe that, I've got some horses I'd like to sell you. Some of them even have 4 legs. Regardless, I highly recommend you listen to Buddy Martin's Sports Page weekdays at 5 p.m. right here on The Source.
San Francisco says players were fed painkillers to mask injuries so those players could get back to the field more quickly. This eventually led to medical complications. The lawsuit says players weren't even told what kind of injuries they had and that this was done without prescriptions. 8 players are named in the suit, including defensive end Richard Dent and quarterback Jim McMahon.
Fox Radio's Jessica Rosenthal.
When asked for comment, an NFL spokesman said they haven't yet seen or reviewed the lawsuit. This is on top of a different lawsuit filed by thousands of former players who say the NFL knew about the risks of concussions and head injuries and did nothing.
The fight against San Diego County wildfires gaining ground with the most destructive of them nearing containment. Meanwhile, the Obama administration is pushing Congress for firefighting funding. Fox News, we report, you decide.
It's the golf sale that only comes once a year, and it's the best time to save. It's the Golfsmith Anniversary Sale. Hurry in now for deals like 2 dozen Callaway HX Bite golf balls for only $35. Adidas Adizero shoes, free with the purchase of 2014 Adams Idea iron sets. Free gift cards of up to $75 with purchase. And get 40% off all Snake Eyes and Maggie Lane apparel. It only comes once a year. It's the Golfsmith Anniversary Sale, so hurry in today.
Make your small business even smarter with ADT Security Services. Through June 1st, get $250 instant savings on select ADT business packages. Improve your operations with 24/7 burglary monitoring, remote climate and lighting control, secure real-time video, and more. So call ** ADT from your cell phone. That's ** 238. ADT. Our business is helping your business. 36-month monitoring contract required. For applicable terms and conditions, visit ADT.com. Florida EF 000112.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to Dr. Jerry L. Hatfield. He's the director of the USDA ARS National Lab for Agriculture. He's coming on to speak to us about the 2014 National Climate Assessment Report.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events are bite-sized.
And then Dan Waldschmidt is coming on. He's an international business strategist. He's been on Fox News, The Today Show, and he's coming on AM Ocala Live to speak about his book, Edgy Conversations, How Ordinary People Can Achieve Outrageous Success.
Alex Grecian is an historian and a researcher. He's written a book called The Devil's Workshop. It's a novel of Scotland Yard's murder squad.
And then Legally Yours with your host, John Fuller. He's an attorney here in Ocala at the law firm of Fuller & Fuller, answering your legal questions.
Judith K. Gaiman is a health and wellness expert featured on Fox News. She's written a book called Age to Perfection, How to Thrive to 100, Happy, Healthy, and Wise.
All of that plus fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
Yeehaw! Howdy, folks. RL here to invite you to DQ. Dairy Queen is serving the crispiest, juiciest, most tasty chicken tenders, all beef chili dogs, and quarter-pound cheeseburgers on earth. And you get crispy fries, a drink, and an ice cream sundae of your choice for only $5. Remember, at DQ, you can lick their cones, but you can't beat their shakes. Dairy Queen, Silver Springs, where they always treat you like kings and queens.
News Talk 1370 WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults. So use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000. 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370 WOCA.
You won't take, so any you won't take, are you walking? Any you won't take, so any you walking, are you walking? Any you walking, when you dance, that you walking. Then the side of the window, then he stuck you like a shindo. Any he can run in your mind, and the blood stays on the carpet. And then you ran into the bedroom, you were shut down, it was shut down. Any you walking, so any you walking, are you walking?
Welcome back to Trivia Day Tuesday with Tom. So far, we've given away 2 tickets to Wine and Tapas and a value box to Mark, one of our callers. Should I ask an easy question or a hard question, Austin?
Hard question. Let's challenge Ocala.
What do you want to give away? You want to give away 2 rounds of golf to Ocala Golf Club? Okay. 2 rounds of golf to Ocala Golf Club. A $60 value. All you got to do is answer 2 questions, and you'll be the winner of 2 tickets to the Ocala Golf Club. Muni to those of us who play golf out there quite a bit out on Silver Springs Boulevard. I played golf there this Saturday. Contrary to belief, it was, I guess it was in sad shape a little while ago, but it's in much better shape now. So, Austin, I know you played there recently.
Yeah, I thought it was fine. Obviously it wasn't in mint condition, but it looked good.
You played terrible, but you...
Yeah, I didn't play very well, but...
Shot a 44 on the front 9. Shot a 39 on the back. God, if I could just put 2 9-holes together.
That's exactly what I shot on the front.
I know, if I could just put 2 9-holes together. But you can get a chance to try to fix your golf game by going out and playing 2 rounds at the Ocala Golf Club. Who's last? No, no, that's it. That's a hard question. You want me to ask an easy question, you said, right?
No, hard question. We got to challenge them.
All right. Who played Charlie Chaplin in Richard Attenborough's 1992 film of the same title? Who played Charlie Chaplin in Richard Attenborough's 1992 film, Charlie? If you know the answer, call the Climate Control Source hotline at 622-9622 for your chance to win. Who do we got on the line, Austin?
Dan.
Dan, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
You know, I'm losing my voice. I was screaming a little too much on a horse to win this weekend, and then ended up losing money on the deal. You know.
He must have heard you because you won.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there you go. Hey, Dan, did you hear the story about the 6-year-old's dad taking a restraining order out on a 5-year-old?
Say that again. A 6-year-old did what to the 5-year-old?
You were earlier today. I talked about a 6-year-old's dad who took a restraining order out on a 5-year-old. He said the 5-year-old kicked his daughter, threw sand and rocks at her, and then said, "I'll slit your throat and watch you bleed."
Okay, welcome to the 21st century, folks.
You know, it's a sad story of where we're at in society, I guess.
It's a very sad day, yes. I totally agree with you.
All right, Dan. Who played Charlie Chaplin in Richard Attenborough's 1992 film?
It was the Iron Man himself, Robert Downey Jr.
It was the Iron Man himself, Robert Downey Jr. Okay, if you get the second question right, you'll win 2 rounds of golf to your Ocala Golf Club.
Cool.
What 2 rivers does the city of Philadelphia lie between?
I have no idea. I want to say the Erie and the Hudson, but that's not it.
That is not correct. Hey, Dan, thanks for playing. Have a good afternoon.
Trying, man. You too.
Yep, the question is, what 2 rivers does the city of Philadelphia lie between? If you know that answer, call the Climate Control Source hotline at 622-9622 for your chance to win 2 rounds of golf to the Ocala Golf Club Muni, to those of us who play it often, out on East Silver Springs Boulevard. 18 holes of great layout, so here's your chance to win 2 free rounds of golf out there. Did you see this story, Austin, over the weekend? People in Clearwater, well, not actually in Clearwater, it was Reddington Beach. It's on the Gulf Coast. Saw something you don't normally see just sitting in the Gulf of Mexico. An elephant was frolicking in the surf, apparently in an effort to cool down. Did you see this?
In Clearwater?
Near Clearwater.
Really?
Elephant just sitting in about 3 foot of water out there with his trunk in the water, bathing himself, cooling himself off.
First question is, how'd he get there?
It seems that there was some sort of birthday party or something on the beach, and the elephant was part of the birthday celebration, and he broke away from his handlers and went and sat down in the ocean.
That's one heck of a birthday celebration. I want an elephant on my next birthday.
I have never. We used to get like the pony rides for your birthday or something.
An elephant ride.
Never had an elephant come to my birthday party. And then to have the elephant break away.
He just needed a little
And just
break.
go hang out in the surf. I'm a little hot. I want to cool off.
It's like a mascot. He just had to go cool off.
He had to go cool off. Not what you really think would happen. Tax advisor Todd Ubenhagen took a selfie with the elephant. Boy, that's a pretty good selfie. Selfie at the beach with an elephant in the background. You know his friends thought that was photoshopped. Who do we have out there ready to play Trivia Native Tuesday with Tom?
CJ.
CJ, hey, how are you, buddy?
Doing all right, Tom. How are you?
CJ, I'll be honest, I was pulling for you in the drawing yesterday for the golf membership to Golden Ocala.
Oh, I was listening. I was hoping it'd be me.
Yeah, Jay Hewlett was the winner of that, and congratulations to Jay, another loyal listener. But I know you listen every week, CJ. You try to win at Trivianator, so I was pulling for you to win the golf membership.
Thank you, Tom.
All right, CJ, what 2 rivers does the city of Philadelphia lie between?
The Shrillkill and Delaware. How do you pronounce that?
I'll give you Schuylkill. I'll give you Shrillkill. It's the Schuylkill, but I'll give you that.
Thank you.
And the only reason I know it's a Schuylkill is there used to be a TV show on called Cold Case that was based in Philadelphia, and they talked about finding bodies in the Schuylkill. So that's the only reason. Don't think I'm that much smarter than you. I just used to watch a TV show where it was based in Philadelphia.
All right, good deal.
All right,
Thank you.
that's the correct answer. Now let's ask you the next one. If you get this right, you'll win 2 rounds of golf to Ocala Golf Club. What once covered 14% of the Earth's land area, but by 1991, over half of it had been destroyed?
What covered 14% but is now destroyed?
Half of it by 91 had been destroyed. 5 seconds.
Rainforest.
The rainforest. You're entirely correct. Hang on the line. Austin will get your information so we can tell you how to get tickets. We're going to get your name, phone number, and email address. So hang on the line for us.
All right, thanks.
Yep. So there you go. Two people. He knew the rainforest and the Schuylkill. The Delaware and the Schuylkill. This elephant in the surf really really gets me. But this story in Lake County, Florida, really gets me too. Every now and then you'll go looking through your closet or your shed or your storage unit, and your parents, you'll forget something your parents have gave you, or a box maybe your grandmother gave you or something. You'll forget about that. And then you'll discover it and you'll say, ooh, what is this? And you find stuff from the 20s or the 30s, or maybe like I found some stuff that my grandfather had bought at an auction back in the 50s, and that are, my family wasn't here in the 1860s, but my grandfather was a guy that liked history, so he would go to auctions where you could buy historical stuff. And I actually have 2 Union belt buckles and a Confederate States of America belt buckle that troops wore during the Civil War. So, you find these kind of things all the time, Austin.
Right, and you
people
being a
discover
history
things.
buff would think that's pretty cool.
How about if you recently inherited a box of Civil War relics, and lo and behold, you looked in it, and there's actually a live cannonball with a wick coming out of it and the word Gettysburg stamped into the side of it. That happened to a Lake County man. He thought it could be dangerous, so he called the police. The bomb squad rushed to the scene, examined the explosive. It was a cannonball with a wick sticking out of it. They loaded it into a special bomb-proof container and did some x-rays. They showed the device could have exploded, but that the explosives had already been removed from the cannonball. But that's not something you find every day in your closet. Oh, look at this, a live cannonball with a wick sticking out of it.
Yeah, I wonder what the person who packed that or whoever put that in the box was thinking. Oh, maybe
it's probably somebody like me that was a jokester and said, I'm going to make somebody just go nuts when they find
knowing
this.
that the explosives weren't going to explode, but just scare somebody one day.
Scare them to death.
I don't know how I'd react if I was looking somewhere and found a box with a live cannonball in it.
Well, let's ask the guy sitting at the end of the table. We'll bring Buddy Martin in a little early. Buddy, if your family's been in this area for quite a while, around Georgia and everything, you found an old box with some Civil War relics and stuff and found a cannonball with a wick in it. How would Buddy Martin react?
Well, I'd think it'd be a great find. They're all the time finding bombs in the Ocala National Forest, because that's a bombing site practice for the Navy, and they drop bombs over there. Sometimes they wouldn't go off, and they're always finding them. I my relatives have some bullets that were shot during the Civil War around the Pensacola area, or my great-grandfather was located. I love finding things like that. What would I do? I wouldn't want to wouldn't light a match to it. Let it go. But back to the elephant story. I'm fascinated by the elephant story.
You like the elephant story?
Right there around St. Pete, Reddington Beach, right there where I used to live, not too far. My question is, also the first question is, how did he get there? My question is, what were they drinking?
Right. Yeah.
Hey, I see an elephant out there in the surface. Now look, it's an elephant. No, it really is an elephant out there. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, that would have been,
Have another martini, a margarita,
yeah,
whatever.
But luckily, with this day and age of camera phones and everything, there was video everywhere of it and everything.
Yeah.
But you're right. 20 years ago, if somebody said, hey, you don't believe what I saw at the beach today. An elephant sitting in the surf. I said, and what number beer in the case were you on?
Was it pink by any chance?
Right, yeah. Were you in beer 20? Were you in beer 24, or had you went and bought more?
Yeah, I was going to ask you a question. I didn't know this yesterday. You gave away the golf membership. What if Jay called up today and won the golf out at Muni as well?
He would not be eligible.
Oh, okay. Just want to make sure that was because he had more golf and what
Well,
knows
yeah, I
to
know
do
what to do with it. Hey, we're going to take a break. When we come back, I'm going to tell you about a man who got caught smuggling. Wait till you hear what he got caught smuggling. We'll do that next. 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Hi, this is Buddy Martin. If you have an award or a trophy in your house, there's more than a good chance it came from BJ Trophies Gifts and Awards. At BJ Trophies, Floyd Hirschberger and his staff have a lot more than just trophies. Among the items they specialize in are donor recognition walls and trees, personalized or engraved gifts, cast bronze dedication plaques, wide format digital printing with posters, banners, and signs, and promotional products. Floyd is the official trophy and awards maker for the Voice of Ocala radio show and is North Central Florida's with leader in custom recognition programs, corporate awards, industrial engraving, unique gifts, and advertising specialties. When Angie Lewis went shopping for something to award to the winners of her State Farm Good Neighbor Award, she shopped first at BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Check them out at 1735 Northeast Jacksonville Road on North Magnolia's Miracle Mile, or call them today at 352-732-2249. BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Trophies is just our middle name.
You know, Austin, I'm sitting here at the computer looking at our Facebook page, and boy, we really need to tell more listeners about our Facebook page.
No, Tom. See, you got it all wrong. Twitter is the new age.
What's a tweeter?
No, a Twitter, Tom. The voice of Ocala has a Twitter.
We do? Well, how do we tell our listeners about that?
All they have to do is get the Twitter app or go to twitter.com, type in Voice of Ocala in the search box, and click follow.
All right, well, what's the tweeter do?
The Voice of Ocala's Twitter page updates all of its followers on the latest news, guests, giveaways, and contests.
Oh, okay. But couldn't listeners just tune in weekdays from 3 to 6 to 1370 AM and 96.3 FM, or even go to online at WOCA.com? Wouldn't that be easier?
Yeah, okay, maybe.
Yes, George.
Guess what I have?
Could it be the free truck used from Devon Self Storage on 200 across from Hobby Lobby?
Yola!
Yes. Now don't forget to bring it back when you're done to Devon Self Storage.
Yes, Alice. I'll even remember to call them at 873-0777 to make sure they'll remember me.
George, I'm sure they'll remember you.
Thanks, Alice.
Oh, George.
Your home is safe, or is it? AA Lock, Dock, and Security. The name has been a staple in Ocala since 1985. Do you have the right equipment in place to have peace of mind when you are at home or away? AA Lock, Dock, and Security has the right people to install and monitor your home or business. Call today for a free on-site security analysis. Call 867-1965. AA Lock, Dock, and Security, 219 Northwest 10th Street, 867-1965.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Don't get caught without your daily source of senior deals. Pick up your copy of the Senior Voice newspaper. It's your source for schedule and events tailored to seniors, with information you need, like a list of free events in the area. We even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company to you that fits your needs. And all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about them. For more information, call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223. And pick up your copy of the Senior's Voice at most any business up and down the 200 corridor.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
We are The Source, WOCA.
We're back on the Voice of Ocala, wrapping up hour number one. Coming up in hour number two, Buddy Martin joins the show. He's already joined us a little early. But, Buddy, you're going to have Pamela Calero from the Ocala Symphony. She's got some exciting news about the symphony she's going to talk about.
Yeah.
So Pamela's already in the green room.
I just want to say, however, that I have a sore elbow today, and I don't know. I guess it's because I'm coming out of the bullpen early. I don't know.
Coming out of the bullpen early.
Yeah. No, I
can only give you 5 1/3 innings.
I know. Pamela's going to be here. She now works for the Symphony. She's going to tell us about the new foundation, the plans for the new building, etc. Just looking forward to having Pamela aboard at 4 o'clock.
So custom officials at Frankfurt Airport, and I told you a guy smuggling stuff, ran some luggage through the X-ray machine. 44-year-old Mexican man was arrested at the airport because he attempted to try to smuggle 55 tortoises, 30 arboreal alligator lizards, 4 horned vipers, and 1 spiny-tailed iguana in a single suitcase. He was traveling from Mexico City to Barcelona and was transferring in Frankfurt. His trip was cut short when the customs officials discovered the animals when they x-rayed the suitcase. The snakes were kept in 2 knotted pairs of women's tights while the lizards were held in a canvas bag and packed in boxes. Let me give you that again. 55 tortoises, 30 arboreal alligator lizards, 4 horned vipers, and 1 spiny-tailed iguana, all in one suitcase.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Exactly. Wonder if he also was the guy that somehow got the elephant on the beach in Central
It might have
Florida.
been him. Yeah. He couldn't get him in his suitcase.
I'd love to be the TSA agent and see that going by on my screen and just thinking, what in the world is going
Look,
by?
look, blow dryer, curling iron, socks.
I always say you see it.
Unmentionables, curling iron, book, Kindle, stockings with lizards. You know?
Tortoises. 30 tortoises. How do you...
No. 55 tortoises.
Excuse me. 55 tortoises, and there was 30
alligator
lizards.
lizards, 4 horned vipers, and 1 spiny-tailed iguana, and like Buddy said, and a partridge in a pear tree. My question is, why did it take till the transfer in Frankfurt for somebody to find that? What happened to the agents in Mexico City? You think they missed something there? And then what's he going to do in Barcelona? Just let them loose? I mean, obviously he's probably trying to get the exotic animals to Barcelona to sell them so they can be sold as pets, or I don't even know what you could use them for. And did the elephant was part of the deal and he parachuted out over Central Florida? Is that what happened? I don't know. I don't know how you put 55 tortoises into one suit. How big a suitcase did it have to be?
I don't know that.
Unless it's that little bitty tortoise that that the kids get and they put in the fish tank.
But still, that's
aquariums and
55 of them. 30 lizards. Are they just crawling in amongst each other?
No, he had them in a.
I know the snakes were.
Snakes were in stockings.
Were in stockings
and bags. Just seems like somebody missed the ball.
Somebody
Mexico
missed
City.
something. 50 tortoises go by your screen.
55
I'm thinking
tortoises,
I'm just going to take a little peek at
alligator
that.
lizards, 4 horned vipers, and a spiny-tailed iguana. Not really the suitcase. What if you're a baggage handler and that thing breaks open?
Or you're just handling the bag and you feel a bunch of things rumbling around in there.
So I guess after all this time, buddy, there truly were snakes on a plane.
What a terrible movie that was.
It was a terrible movie. Terrible movie. Hey, that brings us to close hour number 1 of the Voice of Ocala. Coming up in hour 2, Buddy Martin, Pamela Calera from the Ocala Symphony. Buddy will have her on the show next. 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Although this wave is stringing us along, just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
Hi, this is Buddy Martin. If you have an award or a trophy in your house, there's more than a good chance it came from BJ Trophies Gifts and Awards. At BJ Trophies, Floyd Hirschberger and his staff have a lot more than just trophies. Among the items they specialize in are donor recognition walls and trees, personalized or engraved gifts, cast bronze dedication plaques, wide format digital printing with posters, banners, and signs, and promotional products. Floyd is the official trophy and awards maker for the Voice of Ocala radio show and is North Central Florida's leader in custom recognition programs, corporate awards, industrial engraving, unique gifts, and advertising specialties. When Angie Lewis went shopping for something to award to the winners of her State Farm Good Neighbor Award, she shopped first at BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Check them out at 1735 Northeast Jacksonville Road on North Magnolia's Miracle Mile, or call them today at 352-732-2249. BJ Trophies Awards and Gifts. Trophies is just our middle name. Need a car? Need financing? Need somebody to cut through the red tape and send you rolling down the highway? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Got great credit and just prefer a quality pre-owned car at a fair price from somebody you can trust? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Want to avoid high pressure to feel appreciated and be able to choose from a wide selection of AutoCheck and Carfax certified vehicles? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala and Bellevue. Prestige, it's all there in our name.
Are you in the process of planning your wedding reception? Or are you planning that birthday party for someone special? Or maybe you're just looking to throw a party for yourself? Are you in charge of this year's company outing and looking for something fresh and fun to do? Well, KT Entertainment is your answer to all those questions. We provide music, trivia, and karaoke for everybody's enjoyment. If you would like to get in touch with KT Entertainment and find out about our competitive prices, call us at 352-512-2611. That's 352-512-2611. Or you can find us on the web at kt4fun.com. That's KT, the number 4, fun.com. So remember, whether it's a wedding reception, a party, or a company outing, it's KT Entertainment for all your karaoke, trivia, or musical needs.
Attention passengers for Flight 1370. The plane has been delayed at its departure point and will be at least 2 hours late. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Are you serious? It took us over an hour to get here, 2 hours going through security and getting our tickets, and now we have to wait another 2 hours.
Yeah, it's beautiful here, but we're inside this overcrowded airport all day because the plane is stuck in bad weather.
This is the last time we ever do this. When we get back, we're going to Ocala Aviation and getting our pilot's license.
Yeah, we've been talking about that long enough. It's about time we did it. Then we could just fly ourselves and never have to deal with this mess again.
Right. No long lines, no full body groping security, no baggage checks.
Not to mention never losing your luggage. Remind me again why we haven't done that?
Well, we're idiots.
Oh, right.
Attention all passengers for Flight 1370. It looks like the plane is going to be delayed a little bit longer. The airline has lost the pilot's luggage. Isn't it time you got your pilot's license? Call Ocala Aviation today. 352-861-7484. That's 352-861-7484. Hey, you've earned it. Call today.
Cookies, 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 cookies. When you want something special and fun for any occasion, get cookies. That's right. The Great American Cookie Company in the Paddock Mall, Ocala will make a delicious, fun-filled delight just for you. You might notice that I said fun and delicious more than once. That's because I can't say it enough. The next time you're at the mall, be sure and stop by or call 352-237-2557 to place your order. Cookies, cookies, Yum. cookies, cookies. We go cookie eating cookies. The Great American Cookie Company.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
As a rule, bad news should always be delivered in person or by phone, especially at work. Those without strong social circles are twice as likely to die early. In fact, loneliness can reduce our lifespan just as much as smoking can. The white noise generated by a fan prevents random sounds from disturbing your sleep. And when we've had a good night's sleep, our bodies produce less of the I'm hungry hormone, ghrelin.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Carol McHugh. Calls for an independent investigation into the growing VA scandal.
I've got a bill that asks the Inspector General to do an investigation and in 6 months to report to Congress so that we can fully fix this problem.
GOP Senator John Thune, the White House sending Deputy Chief of Staff Rob Neighbors to investigate the Phoenix VA Center where as many as 40 vets allegedly died while waiting for medical care. Boko Haram striking again today, this time in the city of Jos, Nigeria. 46 are dead after the Islamic terror group detonated 2 car bombs at a bus terminal and a market. It's primary day in 6 states with November as midterms at stake. Among the contests,
Kentucky Republicans choose today between Tea Party-backed Matt Bevin and Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. The winner faces Democrat Allison Lundgren Grimes. There's a 7-way contest for Republicans in Georgia, vying for retiring Senator Saxby Chambliss' seat.
Fox Radio's Jeff Manasso. Fox News, we report, you decide.
It's the golf sale that only comes once a year, and it's the best time to save. It's the Golfsmith Anniversary Sale. Hurry in now for deals like 2 dozen Callaway HX Bite golf balls for only $35. Adidas Adizero shoes, free with the purchase of 2014 Adams Idea iron sets. Free gift cards of up to $75 with purchase. And get 40% off all Snake Eyes and Maggie Lane apparel. It only comes once a year. It's the Golfsmith Anniversary Sale, so hurry in today.
Make your small business even smarter with ADT Security Services. Through June 1st, get $250 instant savings on select ADT business packages. Improve your operations with 24/7 burglary monitoring, remote climate and lighting control, secure real-time video, and more. So call ** ADT from your cell phone. That's ** 238. ADT. Our business is helping your business. 36-month monitoring contract required. For applicable terms and conditions, visit ADT.com. Florida EF0001.
Yes, it's time again for Buddy Martin. Call him up and tell him what you're thinking. But be kind because he's doing the best he can.
I'm just sick of all the amateur stuff, you know? I mean, like, if I'm paying top dollar, I want a little production value, you know? Like some editing, transition, something, some music.
Don't worry, we didn't leave you.
He's gone. He's not gone. That's the whole point. He's never gone.
Our bosses say we gotta stay.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei. It's time for the second hour of The Voice of Ocala. Hoo-ah!
You ever come across anything like time travel?
Come on, stick around. It's free.
If you win, you win. If you lose, you still win.
Like the man said, it's hour 2 of the program called The Voice of Ocala. Buddy Martin picking up here from the bullpen after the starter only went 2.5 innings. He's
why is it got to be 2.5? I was 5 1/3.
Yeah, well, but you had to be carried for part of it, so you only get credit for 2.5.
Wow.
Let's play with pain. Coming up in this hour, we're going to be educated about our symphony orchestra, something that we should not take for granted. If you know anything about communities and sizes of the communities, and anything at all about culture and art and museums and the symphony, you'll be aware of the fact that we have a couple of really special things here. And one of them is FAFO, and one of them is our symphony orchestra. Surprisingly, I mean, really top-notch orchestra for a community of our size, not by accident. Now, I'm talking like I know about it. I don't know that much about it, but I know somebody who does, and she'll join us in just a moment, Pamela Calero, who has a new job working with the symphony. We'll let her tell you all about that. Don't forget the sports page today. We've got our Go Long segments. I'll be talking about the lawsuit that came out today. I'm calling this one Taking One Too Many for the Team. I'll tell you about that. Tom Schmitz, let's talk about Robert Mathis, who took the fertility drug that was banned because it was an illegal thing to do, and we'll find out whether he was trying to give birth to kids or a new football career. And Tom James will join us to talk about 100 years of memories at Chicago's Wrigley Field. Having said that, welcome back to the show. This time, I don't know if you've been on here since you took your new job, and I don't think you have. Pamela Calero, formerly of the city, now what is the correct title?
Executive Director for the Ocala Symphony.
That's a pretty powerful title, lady.
I like it.
Good.
But no, I haven't had the pleasure of being on since
I've left. Time. You've been on the show several times, a number of times.
Yep.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I can tell just after our brief chat that you're very happy in what you're doing here. Not that you're unhappy working in the other position, but what a job to have when, let's be honest, you've been out of school for less than 2 years?
I'd say it's about 4 years.
Been 4? You weren't at the city for 2 years.
No, before that I worked for CF and their foundation.
Oh, okay. I beg your pardon. Well, you're still very young. Okay,
Yeah.
It's still a powerful
Thank
job,
you.
even if you are 24 instead of 19. So congratulations on that. And I've been reading about the board you had set up and the fundraisers being done, and it's a big project now, bigger than ever because of the auditorium and what it brings into play, which is going to be the centerpiece of what we're doing now in music for our community.
Absolutely. And, just to paint the picture, this auditorium was built in 1936, and it has housed greats as, the Chicago, Symphony Orchestra, the Boston Pops, and Buddy Holly have all played there. I've also heard there's been gun shows there. A lot of people in the community remember having their proms there too. It's a very iconic structure. And really, I know the city has struggled for years wondering what to do with the building. And in the beginning, they thought, we're just going to need to demolish it and start from scratch. But fortunately, with the help of the symphony, we employed KP Studio architects, and they found that we can actually save the entire structure of the building. The outside, we'll keep that historically, but the inside will be gutted, and we're going to completely renovate it. It'll be top notch.
I have a really vested interest in that building.
Mm-hmm.
I go way back with it as a person who grew up here.
Right.
And I'm telling you, there are many, many memories of people of my era, because that was the place every Wednesday night when you got out of school, out of football practice, you went to dances on Wednesday night.
Really?
Yes. And, we had one coach who came over, had his phonograph, as they called it back in those days, and his records, believe it or not, and we'd have 100 kids who come there, and we would dance from, I don't want to say 7:30 to 10:30 at night.
Wow.
No. Never do I ever remember one single incident happening of any kind, of people getting in trouble or fights or drunks coming in. It never happened. That was because of the coach was a guy that wouldn't put up with it.
Right.
But the point was, so many great memories in that building, which to my generation, even to the point of there was a great group that sang there one time, very excellent, outstanding singers at a prom and a graduation called the Cats Corner Sextet.
Uh-huh.
And I was in it, by the way.
Oh, okay. Maybe we could have a reunion one day.
I don't think so. But anyway, so those of us who went there, and I've written several articles for other magazines about why we needed to save this building. That was more than just a structure.
Right.
So it makes, not that it matters, my agenda matters, but it makes me and people of my generation very happy that we've embraced a part of our history, and now we'll put it to a great use and something that could be revolutionary for our community in terms of having a concert hall for not just the symphony, but other musical shows too.
Exactly. And that's so important. We want to make sure everyone knows, yes, this symphony, that'll be our home. We're excited. Right now, we currently play at Ocala Breeder Sales, which they've been wonderful, and we love that facility.
This doesn't fit. I don't know. Nothing wrong with it. Symphony orchestra and breeder sale. Nothing against my friends in the horse business, but nice facility. But you need to have your own place. Concert hall sounds better, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And the bottom line is, OBS is not the room that we play in right now. It's not built for, acoustically to house a symphony. But this building will be the home of the symphony. It'll also house, we hope, public speakers, civic events. We're looking for staged versions of, plays. We could do ballets. There are a lot of things that it'll be able to house. And we're looking to rent it out as well, because we know that the symphony will play there, but we need to be able to make another income. And that'll be through having people rent out. We'll have the Founders Hall, full Founders Club, and it'll basically be like a banquet hall with a bar, full bar and everything. We'll have an outside pavilion, and then inside the seating will be 600 and up. That's what we're looking at right now.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how it all turns out, and I'm excited about seeing. I've seen a little of the drawing. I'm excited about seeing the stage on is that the south side of the building? Which I think it is, where you'll have outdoor concerts when the weather's nice, and then you have a huge green space.
Right.
And I always think back to going to a concert in Central Park one time to see James Taylor many years ago.
Oh, wow.
And it was about hundreds of thousands of people there. But what a great, unique thing to do, to sit outside on a blanket and hear music and whatever. And I think that's going to be a wonderful opportunity, in addition to the concerts held inside.
Right.
So that's a feature I think is really good. I've talked to a lot of people about this building, and it seems like there's a lot of interest in it. And I understand that you've had relatively good success raising money, but hold that for 1 second. We come back and we'll talk about how that's gone.
Absolutely.
The journey, to start this thing. It's no small project. Not asking for a bunch of tax money to be raised or a 1 cent sales tax. It's being done by the community in a very positive and powerful way. And I think this is the best of what happens when the private sector gets together and makes things happen that benefit the whole community. And it's ours. It belongs to us, and we don't have to ask permission from any county commission, city council, whatever. We'll take a break, come back. Pamela Calero has his title as Executive Director of the Ocala Symphony Orchestra. Wow, that's something else. More with her after this time out on The Voice of Ocala.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, the new old-fashioned bank. Let us introduce you to Ocala, a simple way to bring your business online. Through this relationship, your business can have a fully functioning website in less than 30 minutes. We will also provide you support with social media, sales tracking, e-commerce, and online scheduling, which is all optimized for mobile users. Ocala, now at Gateway Bank, Silver Springs Boulevard, Ocala. Come visit our technology center for your total small business solution. I'm Tom Ingram, and I'll see you there. Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, inviting you to drop by our main office on Silver Springs Boulevard every Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. for the Community Gazette, a 3-hour show focusing on our favorite community to live and work, Ocala, Marion County. Come join us with the voice of Ocala, Buddy Martin, in the new old-fashioned bank radio studio as we discuss a variety of interesting topics on the Community Gazette on WOCA, The Source.
Hi, it's Lisa Midget, owner of the brand new Proper Tees Salon. It's a perfect time to freshen up your cut and color for the new year. And if you really want to change up your look, talk to us about Hotheads extensions for extra volume and length. How about a blowout for date night? Give us a call. Enjoy some me time while you relax in our newly renovated salon and check in on Facebook using our free Wi-Fi. We know you'll be happy with your new look. We guarantee it. Our style guarantee assures you that no matter what, you will love your hair or we will fix it for free. Call for your appointment today. 352-351-1771. We're located in downtown Ocala next to the Southside Deli. Tell us Buddy sent you for 20% off your first service visit. Now hiring licensed cosmetologists, nail techs, and front desk staff. Visit our website, thepropertees.com, for our online application. The Proper Tees Salon, timeless elegance meets classic sex.
Getting a head start in learning to read is more important now than ever for our young children. The Reading Pals program of Marion County pairs up reading mentors with struggling kindergartners and helps them get up to speed in their most important years. But they need volunteers. If you'd like to be a Reading Pal, call Jan Hathaway at the United Way at 732-9696. That's 732-9696. Be a Reading Pal today.
Hi, I'm Yvette, and I'm here to tell you a few things about ABC Frederick's Appliance. They sell not only new, but used guaranteed appliances. When you call ABC Frederick's Appliance, they will provide service on what they sell and any appliances that you own. ABC Frederick's Appliance is located in Bellevue, right over the railroad tracks. Call 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. That's 352-629-5181. ABC Frederick's Appliance.
Uh-oh.
Is that what I thought it was?
As long as you don't think it was me running over a sprinkler head, then no, it wasn't.
Oh, brother.
Don't worry about it. I'll just add it to the honey-do list.
If you had signed up for Mike Scott Plumbing's irrigation package in the first place, you wouldn't have to do anything.
What? Mike Scott Plumbing does irrigation too?
Yeah. I told you they have packages where they take care of everything.
Yeah, but I broke it, so they're not going to cover that.
But with their annual irrigation maintenance plans, you never have to pay for another service charge or broken sprinkler head ever again, regardless of the fault.
So that means I break it, they fix it.
That's what I said, Mr. Genius.
Okay, you win. How do I sign up?
I thought you'd never ask. Call Mike Scott Plumbing today and ask about their irrigation maintenance plans. 237-2888. That's 237-2888.
Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.
Hi, Danny Warfel here. You don't have to sacrifice convenience for local personal service.
At Florida Credit Union, you can transfer your high credit card balances to our rewards card and actually get paid with cash back. You'll enjoy low rates and a customizable card that fits your lifestyle for free.
Never tried a credit union? Maybe it's time for a new game plan.
The Florida Credit Union Wave Card. Connecting your money to your life.
This is Tom Schmitz live in the WOCA News Center with this news break brought to you by Gateway Bank. According to Ocala.com, the nation's largest operator of private prisons has offered to buy the Marion County Jail for $50 million. Under the terms of the deal, Correction Corporation of America would pay the amount for 21 buildings and 36 acres of jail site. The facility would then be leased back to the county commission for 20 years. CCA would pay the property taxes on that land that is currently not taxed. At the end of the lease, the jail and property would revert to county ownership. This news break was brought to you by Gateway Bank, your new old-fashioned bank. Join Buddy Fridays for Community Gazette Day at Gateway Bank.
Back with Pamela Galera from the Ocala Symphony, the executive director. Before the break, we talked about the huge undertaking and the things that had to be done there at the old auditorium, the new home of the Ocala Symphony Orchestra. And I'm just reading your press release as you're putting this together. And this is no small feat. Talking about the Heritage Committee, Symphony's Tuscarora Heritage Committee, interviewed 5 different architects and embedded several local and regional contractors before you gave the job to KP Studio Architect and Edward Construction Services. What do they bring to the party?
KP Studio Architects.
Hang on one second. We got to turn your mic up.
Where we at?
Over here, Tom. Tom went to Georgia Southern. He can't count very good.
All right. Can you hear me? Awesome. So KP Studio Architect, they are a local firm, which is, big plus number one. And they are located right across from Tuscarora Park. They're on the corner of 8th Avenue and Silver Springs Boulevard. They have a wealth of knowledge. And also a lot of those architects have worked out in the villages. They're actually creating auditorium out there. And so they have that background knowledge of what it takes to what are all the bells and whistles that you need in a construction like this. Edwards Construction, well known throughout the area. We had, we vetted and found that they fit the job, and they have worked with KP before, so we know that they are great. They're the dream team for this project, and they're just so invested in this. The other day we had a meeting about the beginning plans for the building. What can we do? And you could just see a gleam in everyone's eye. Everyone is passionate about this project.
Seems that way. It's a 700 seats, which is a good size. It's not too big and not too small. It's intimate enough for an acoustical concert.
Right.
Yet big enough to have a full symphony orchestra.
Exactly. We want to make sure that we can do a wide range of activities, events, and be able to look at what's going on and say, hey, why don't you bring that over here? Bring that over here. And like we talked about earlier, having that outdoor facility, I think will, what did we say? Tuscarora Park is 45 acres. That's a lot of green
it's
space.
Shrinking all the time. I thought it used to be 50, and then it said it's 47, and now it's 46. I'm not sure. I'm going to go with 45 for right now until we find out.
All right, that sounds good.
But it's our Central Park, like we like to say.
It is. I've heard it likened to that before. So.
Yeah. All right. So here's the cool thing. You have this park. You have this old building. You have a dream. I said not you personally, but a group of people. And of course, you can't rely on now, as we know from the Yankee baseball stadium experience. People aren't going to pass a tax referendum to do anything. It seems like. So now we have to kind of create this out of midair. So a group of people got together, and I've had several of them on this show, and they said, "Let's raise the money to build this building." $2 million doesn't fall off the back of a turnip truck. You got to raise some cash. Right. But amazingly, according to your release I'm reading right now, you've had $1.8 million pledged already, with a major contribution from one person, an Ocala resident, who gets the honor of having it named after him. That would be, is be called the Riley Arts Center. So it's a huge deal for everybody, including Mr. Riley, I might add, and a great legacy for his family. That's a big deal. How in the world did you do that?
Absolutely. Well, we had quite a few people, and like you said, all local, who have some type of investment in our community and have given those dollars. And it's, a lot of it is just sharing the vision, having that buy-in, and then, those people give from their heart. And a lot of these, like I said, are, pledges, and then Mr. Riley gave our largest donation, and it will be, named after him. And then also our next step is, also community citizens. and no dollar is too small or too big. So we're going to anyone. We're actually also going to start selling, our hope is to sell seats in the auditorium.
How about bricks?
Bricks, we are selling bricks too.
I'd buy a brick. Tom and I'd buy a brick. You know, I think I mean, as long as it's under $5.
Absolutely. Well, we can maybe.
No, seriously, bricks would raise some up. Be some.
I have 3 bricks at Disney as you walk into the Magic Kingdom.
Wow.
Yeah, 3 bricks.
And those bricks are $75 a piece.
You got 3 bricks thrown through the window at you every day, right here. So there you go.
Well, it's a good thing it's plexiglass.
Yeah.
Doesn't, you know.
So those are all good fundraising things. Now let me ask you, where are we in terms of deadline? If you have one, what can we actually think we might be able to hear some music there? And how is that project going in terms of meeting a timeline?
I'm going to tell you what our hope is right now. September, early October, we're going to start breaking ground. And that's, even we've talked with the city and, looking at permits and what's feasible. That's go time. And then we're hoping to open by April of 2015. And what's really great about that date is that it would be the 40th anniversary of the first time the Ocala Symphony played in that hall. Before that, they hadn't played in the facility, but when they became the Ocala Symphony Orchestra, their first performance was there 40 years ago in April.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Didn't realize it had that little symmetry to that story right there. I like that.
Yeah, so if that, that would be a perfect PR, situation if we could get that to line up.
Tom, if we're still around, we might have to broadcast live.
Yeah, we may have to.
Oh, that would be awesome.
So we're out there to do that. So, all right, so what you must have some other fundraisers. What else do you do now in the interim to keep, because the building is fine, that's good, $2 million gives us a structure. There's a lot of stuff that goes in that building, technology, stuff that you have to have soundproof right. I mean, I don't know what that would be, but it could be another $1 million, I don't know.
Right.
But so how do you now go about raising that money? People just aren't going to walk by and drop off checks. You got to figure, I'm sure the orchestra, Symphony Orchestra will be to do some fundraisers, but what are some of the things you've talked about for fundraisers?
Right. It's a lot of sharing the story, sharing the plans. Because like you said, right now we have the money to build the structure, but there are a lot of little things, the high tech, screens and bells and whistles unique features that will just put us over the edge and make us unique in this area. So we have grassroots efforts. Like I mentioned, we are selling bricks. We have those. And then we're also going to start doing seats in the auditorium. Once we know how many seats there are, how great is that if this, this building be around for a long time. Pamela Claro, I could have one of my seats and, my granddaughter years from now could sit in my seat and enjoy performance. That's the kind of legacy we're looking to leave and the buy-in. So grassroots efforts. And then also we really are hoping for organizations, civic groups in the community to get involved. Whether, we have so many naming options that are going to be available. So whether it's, I don't want to name any groups, but we're hoping that we can get in front of them and find where they fit in, find what appeals to them. So anyone can give money. They really can.
Now, did I hear something about a Founders Club?
Yes.
And so that would be one way, obviously, getting your. Would you get a receipt with the Founders Club? Was that something separate? Or do you know yet?
Well, way we're looking at is donations of $5,000 and above will get you a year pass to the Founders Club.
Okay.
Like I said, be a full bar. We haven't established all of the perks yet.
But nothing permanent, like a structure or anything for that.
Not yet.
Okay. I'm thinking of a couple of ideas. I think those dunk tanks. With Matthew on Tom Schmitz on them, would be a big fundraiser. I think we would probably really reach our goal with that one. Yeah, I mean, I bet we could. That would be. I mean, heck, I'd sit there all day and pay $5 to throw at those things.
Too.
So, speaking of Matthew, people emphasize his youth, and they should, because what is he, 30 yet? I don't even know.
I don't know if he'd like me to reveal his age, but I'll go ahead. 31.
31, yeah. I think I read that someplace. Yeah, he's up there now, getting age. He wasn't a boy
getting
wonder.
Old.
Yeah. But I mean, lots made about his age, and they should. But he's an extraordinary conductor.
He is.
And to have someone of his quality in the symphony orchestra like this, who's feels such a kinship to the community. He is not just passing through here. Right. He has a stake in the ground. Not to say that Jacksonville or Atlanta might not call someday and say, we want you. It could happen. It's happened before. But I know he's committed to the community and has a deep taproot. He wants this to, and this appeals to him a great deal, because he's been on the show talking about the fact that he's so glad to have this facility. at a grassroots level.
Right. And, but you're from here, correct?
Absolutely.
And I was born and raised here. And
hey, two good Ocala brands right there.
We got it. And so I'm very excited about this just because I've grown up here and I see the potential, but it's really fun. Matt isn't from here, and he came, and like you said, he has a vested interest in Ocala. He has a vested interest in making this work. And he's, you don't see people like that every day just passing through and then look, like you said, put a stake in the ground. He's very excited about this and connects with the community, connects with the audience, and has a genuine passion for this.
He just thinks he's from here.
Yeah, he does. I have to remind him, like, hey.
I know that my friend Tom Ingram always says he feels like he grew up here.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a place where he feels like he was part of forever, and he grew up here.
That's
so
nice.
There's some of that too. So, all right, so that's good. So the Ocala Symphony Orchestra. Meanwhile, what's going on with the orchestra? When's the season kicking off and all that sort of stuff?
All right. Well, our subscription series begins in October. We're kicking off with Devishly Dvorak, and that show will be at the end of October. You can check it out at ocalasymphony.com. We have all of our upcoming events. The most recent one we're going to have is on July 4th. We perform a free show out at On Top of the World. It's great every year, and it's free, and we make sure we honor our veterans. And then actually also in October, you'd be interested in this, we're going to pair up with the Silver Springs Film Festival to bring Symphony After Dark presenting Hunchback.
I know about that.
Yes, we're excited. Last year we did Nosferatu, silent film.
Correct, yeah, that went very well
with the orchestra. This year it's the original Hunchback Notre Dame. So. And
back to the Marion Theater with the scene of the crime. That's wonderful. Well, congratulations again on the new job. You've done a great job so far early on. Keep it up.
Thanks.
And we're looking forward to hearing more about the new home for the symphony and also about the symphony itself. So appreciate you stopping by, and good luck in the new job.
Thanks for having me on.
Pamela Calero from the Ocala Symphony Orchestra, the Executive Director. We'll take a break. Come back, I'll tell you about GM. More recalls for General Motors. It's not going well. Coming up next right here on Voice of Ocala.
And you and I are going to talk about this jail thing, too.
All right.
We're right here on WOCA 1370 AM.
Like that's what you want to do. Hey, bring me down. Can't none bring me down.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, inviting you to drop by our main office on Silver Springs Boulevard every Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. for the Community Gazette, a 3-hour show focusing on our favorite community to live and work, Ocala, Marion County. Come join us with the voice of Ocala, Buddy Martin, in the new old-fashioned bank radio studio as we discuss a variety of interesting topics on the Community Gazette on WOCA The Source.
Men, do you know your testosterone level? Are you experiencing decreased energy levels or unusual sleeping problems? Have you noticed you have less strength or endurance, decreased sex drive, increased irritability or depression? If so, you may be experiencing problems with low testosterone. If you're interested in a free testosterone screening, please call Rinstar Medical Research at 352-629-5800. Again, that number is 352-629-5800.
Are you a business owner looking for a new and innovative way to reach consumers by thinking outside of the box? Well, here's a great new idea that thinks inside the box. Value Box. Value Box is a beautiful recipe box that features your business's profile on the front of recipe cards with a personal recipe on the back. With Value Box, a business's name can stay in front of their customers for years. They also offer an app for your iPhone or iPad for those who cook in the 21st century. So if it's time for your business to think outside the box to reach consumers, start by thinking inside the box with Value Box. For more information, you can contact Chuck Henderson of Value Box USA at 352-433-5301. That's 352-433-5301. Or by email, chuck@valueboxusa.com.
Fox News Radio, I'm Carol McHugh. Calls for an independent investigation into the growing VA scandal.
I've got a bill that asks the Inspector General to do an investigation and in 6 months to report to Congress so that we can fully fix this problem.
GOP Senator John Thune, the White House sending Deputy Chief of Staff Rob Neighbors to investigate the Phoenix VA Center, where as many as 40 vets allegedly died while waiting for medical care. Boko Haram striking again today, this time in the city of Jos, Nigeria. 46 are dead after the Islamic terror group detonated 2 car bombs at a bus terminal and a market. It's primary day in 6 states, with November is midterms at stake. Among the contests,
Kentucky Republicans choose today between Tea Party-backed Matt Bevin and Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. The winner faces Democrat Allison Lundgren Grimes. There's a 7-way contest for Republicans in Georgia, vying for retiring Senator Saxby Chambliss' seat.
Fox Radio's Jeff Manasso. Fox News, we report, you decide.
It's the golf sale that only comes once a year, and it's the best time to save. It's the Golfsmith Anniversary Sale. Hurry in now for deals like 2 dozen Callaway HX Bite golf balls for only $35. Adidas Adi Zero shoes, free with the purchase of 2014 Adams Idea iron sets. Free gift cards of up to $75 with purchase. And get 40% off all Snake Eyes and Maggie Lane apparel. It only comes once a year. It's the Golfsmith Anniversary Sale, so hurry in today.
Make your small business even smarter with ADT Security Services. Through June 1st, get $250 instant savings on select ADT business packages. Improve your operations with 24/7 burglary monitoring, remote climate and lighting control, secure real-time video, and more. So call ** ADT from your cell phone. That's ** 238. ADT. Our business is helping your business. 36-month monitoring contract required. For applicable terms and conditions, visit ADT.com. Florida EF00011.
I'm Major George Patterson from the Salvation Army. Please stop by our family store at 120 Northwest 10th Street in Ocala, where on Wednesday you have a 50% off clothing and bric-a-brac. On Friday, 25% off furniture and large appliances. And on Saturday, stop by to our yard sale from 8:45 to 11. Donations can be made by calling 352-732-4469 and we'll pick it up. Funds from the store go toward the services that we provide in Marion County.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to Dr. Jerry L. Hatfield. He's the director of the USDA ARS National Lab for Agriculture. He's coming on to speak to us about the 2014 National Climate Assessment Report.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events are bite-sized.
And then Dan Waldschmidt is coming on. He's an international business strategist. He's been on Fox News, The Today Show, and he's coming on AM Ocala Live to speak about his book, Edgy Conversations, How Ordinary People Can Achieve Outrageous Success.
Alex Grecian is an historian and a researcher. He's written a book called The Devil's Workshop. It's a novel of Scotland Yard's murder squad.
And then Legally Yours with your host, John Fuller. He's an attorney here in Ocala at the law firm of Fuller & Fuller, answering your legal questions.
Judith K. Gaiman is a health and wellness expert featured on Fox News. She's written a book called Age to Perfection, How to Thrive to 100, Happy, Healthy, and Wise.
All of that plus Fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live, right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line and a new spoiler and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
That's not dubstep.
No. That's Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, I know it's not dubstep. It's not Gangnam Style either. You know, I know my music. You know how that goes.
Yeah, that's Rage Against the Machine.
All right, so we're talking, Pamela, Clara, and I, we're during the break about the whole thing with the jail. If you haven't heard about that, Tom read it as his news story, and there's a proposal out there to buy the jail for $500 million. First of all...
No, $50 million.
I'm sorry, $50 million. $50 million. Yeah, I saw 50. $50 million, which is a lot of money. I get that. The thing about me surprised me was, I didn't know it was that kind of money in buying jail and running jails. Did you?
Yes.
I mean, what do they make the money on?
That they get paid per prisoner by the state or by the place that they're housing the prisoners for, by the individual. Like when City of Ocala takes a prisoner to the jail, City of Ocala has to pay for that prisoner to be housed at the jail.
That kind of profits they can afford to
probably
lose $50 million?
Probably. Well, right now, I remember the sheriff said it's like in the $40, $45 range it costs now. A privatized jail probably charges the city and the county probably like $65, $70 a prisoner. Remember, you got 500.
So our price goes up.
You got 500 prisoners in a jail.
Yeah.
You're charging $70 a prisoner per day.
Yeah. But now, see, where does that money come from? If they're charging the county that much more,
it comes from the county has to pay them to house a prisoner.
And where does that money come from?
Taxpayers.
Us.
City has to pay them to house prisoners.
So it's okay for them to sell to get the $50 million, so we can pay more to house prisoners.
That's not it. That's not even the worst of it, in my estimation. The county's going to make $50 million up top, but then the county's going to lease the building and all from them for 20 years. So the county's going to have to pay them a lease amount too, to buy back the jail that they just sold them, to lease back the jail they just sold them. Then the company that bought the jail is going to pay sales tax on that land, a property tax on that land, of course. But the county's going to have to pay a lease back to them for 20 years. Then at the end of that 20 years, the county takes possession of the property in the jail back again.
In our conversations with the sheriff and the chief, I might add, because the sheriff,
the county's selling it and then going to lease it back.
Yeah.
So the county's going to lease it back. They're going to pay property tax, but they're going to pay that property tax using the money the county leases it back.
Yeah, in our conversation, watch your throat. You're going to hurt yourself. The whole thing. Apparently, the sheriff obviously is on record thinking it's not a good idea, and the property taxes, of course, is what they get money back from supposedly to help pay for that. I'm not a CPA, and I can't tell you, can't break it down and tell you about the numbers. But here's the thing, the overall thing that concerns me on the bigger picture. You know how we felt on the hospital, and I know that was going to be inevitable, that this is how healthcare is going, and we couldn't make it work, and they couldn't pass the bond issue. Frankly, I thought it was really down handled right when they tried to get it passed, but they didn't get it passed. Okay, so that ship has sailed. Marion County, Ocala, Marion County doesn't have that as their own hospital anymore. That's going to belong to a private enterprise. And by the way, I know somebody who sits on the hospital board. They're still trying to figure out what to do with that $200 million they get as a windfall. They don't know what to do with that $200 million, which is probably going to happen. It's going to sit in some account and draw 5% or whatever they get, which is a lot of money. Don't get me wrong on the interest every year. But so that money is there. What's wrong with this picture? We have all kinds of need in this community. We've talked about it with Brad Rogers. In fact, I want you to play that roll that bite out if you can find it yesterday about this very thing about money. And we talked about kicking the can down the road and how we can't get things done because we can't make a decision on taxes. And yet, in our infinite wisdom, we have $200 million, yes, folks, $200 million sitting in the coffers from the sale of Monroe. And we can't figure out what to do with it yet, but yet we can't buy the sheriff any new cars. We can't give the teachers the raises they need. We can't build infrastructure and roads. What is wrong with this picture? I know it's not apples to apples. It's still dollars to dollars, though. And now we're talking about selling our jail.
What does that $50 million go to the sheriff so he can?
Where is that $50 million going to go to? Is that going to sit in some account and draw interest? So I'm saying it's time to have an accounting for our money.
Can I ask you this? What about this? Maybe I'm missing this, but what about these things belong to us, and you ain't from around here?
I like that. We talked about that a little bit earlier on, and I think the fact is, in the end, who owns us? Who owns us? What is out-of-town people? What are they doing telling us how to run our community, our jail, our hospital? What's next, selling the schools?
You ain't from around here. That's all I got to tell you.
Let's sell the schools, too, and let somebody else run them, and we'll profiteer and put that money in a piggy bank someplace. Anyway, talking to Brad Rogers yesterday, I see you're getting started about this. Now you're getting me started.
See, I'm gonna get fired up, and people will tell us we don't understand.
I know we probably don't. We're too dumb. This is what Brad Rogers talked to us about yesterday. Kicking the can. Brad, of course, the editorial page out of the story about it. Kicking the can
down the road.
You know, buddy, for a long time, I've preached be for something. I mean, being for good roads is not a risky position. Being for law enforcement that can get to your house in quicker than 15 minutes, that is not a liberal position. I mean, you know, I think Sheriff Blair's made a lot of mistakes, political and otherwise. But when his response time is 15 minutes on average, I mean, that's unacceptable. I mean, I'm not saying you should give him everything he wants, but by God, he needs cars that'll run. And when 75% of your fleet has more than 100,000 miles on it, and I hear people say, yeah, well, today's cars, 100,000 miles isn't a lot. No, it isn't a lot, except when you're going 120. I don't know how to want to drive down the road on a regular basis at 100 miles an hour in a car with 150,000 miles on it. So to keep putting this stuff off, it's just going to get worse. And we're not even talking about the school system. And what I find amazing about all this, the school system has identified they started out with $500 million in maintenance needs. They pared that down to like real needs, not wish list stuff, just real needs that needs to be done over the next 5 to 6 years. Where's our school board members saying, wow, $250 million, that's a lot of maintenance. We got 50 schools. We've got a number of roofs and air conditioning. An air conditioning system for a high school is not like going out to Sears and buying yourself a window unit. You're talking millions of dollars. And they have 3 or 4 air conditioning and heating systems that need to be replaced. And they got $1 million in the bank. God help us, if we get hit by a hurricane this summer, we're screwed. It'll wash out the roads. It'll cave in the school roofs in some of these schools. We are in real trouble. And we don't have the construction industry that we had in 2004 and 2005 that could fire up their bulldozers and their front-end loaders and clear roads like they did then.
Good point.
So my question is, when you say kick it down the road, we're doing nothing. We're not even keeping up with what we need to do. And our elected leaders don't want to acknowledge that it's a problem.
There you go. Brad Rogers is right. It's a problem. We have people being elected right now. I hope they're paying attention to this because we're not going to let it die. And this whole thing with money and what's happening to the money, again, I'm not a CPA, but I understand how much money is $200 million from the hospital and how much will be $50 million from the hospital. And I'm asking the question, where is that money going to go? I know what some of the plans might be. I've talked to a board member about it. I understand we have a need. It's like saying, you know, I got $5,000 in my piggy bank, but I don't have any food. What am I going to do? I'm going to get the bank and open it and get the money and buy the food. And so these economics don't make sense. And having said that, the thing that really bothers me is every day we seem to be relinquishing more and more control of our town and our county to people out of county. They are running our community. Before long, what do we have that's ours that's not for sale, for crying out loud?
I read the article, the entire article. This company, CAA, has been reorganized into a real estate investment trust, or REIT. The IRS approved CAA in January 2002. So it's not really run jails. It's a real estate investment trust, and becoming an REIT permits companies that derive the bulk of their revenue from income-producing real estate holdings to claim tax breaks. Most REITs, for example, do not pay corporate income tax, provided they adhere to federal government requirements to dole out at least 90% of their annual taxable income as shareholders' dividends. So this isn't really a company that runs jails. This is a company that's set to make real estate money and pay shareholders.
There you go.
Are you kidding me?
All right, I can see right now I got to stop.
Oh, dear God.
We're going to take a break, come back. I'm going to tell you about GM's recall and what's wrong. This familiar tune we know, Stairway to Heaven, something about that lead off to that song, one of the most popular ever, may not be quite what we think, and there's a little bit of hanky-panky going on. Coming up next after this time out on the Voice of Ocala. Faker Factoid as well. You're correct, Tom. We're playing that.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Hi, it's Lisa Midget, owner of the brand new Proper Tees Salon. It's a perfect time to freshen up your cut and color for the new year. And if you really want to change up your look, talk to us about Hotheads extensions for extra volume and length. How about a blowout for date night? Give us a call. Enjoy some me time while you relax in our newly renovated salon and check in on Facebook using our free Wi-Fi. We know you'll be happy with your new look. We guarantee it. Our style guarantee assures you that no matter what, you will love your hair or we will fix it for free. Call for your appointment today. 352-351-1771. We're located in downtown Ocala next to the Southside Deli. Tell us Buddy sent you for 20% off your first service visit. Now hiring licensed cosmetologists, nail techs, and front desk staff. Visit our website, thepropertees.com, for our online application. The Proper Tees Salon, timeless elegance meets classic sex.
If you missed Dr. Buddy recently, you've missed that sometimes Dr. Buddy doesn't know everything, so he brings in Dr. Buddy Jr. for help.
There's a stage before a relationship called talking. The talking phase is where you first start to text the person. You get their phone number. You start to Snapchat them, which is a new thing. Most people don't know what Snapchatting is. It's basically taking a picture and then kind of texting it to them. And then once you find out, oh, well, maybe this guy is all right or maybe this girl is all right, then you continue, and then you get to take them out on the date. Now, if you survive after the first date and you go to the second or third, now we are dating. But before the dating process, you are now talking. So it's talking, dating, and then when you get to ask the girl to be your girlfriend, you are then in a relationship, girlfriend.
So remember to tune in to Dr. Buddy every Monday on the Voice of Ocala on WOCA, The Source.
1370 WOCA.
Who would you feed if you had 50 chicken sandwiches from Chick-fil-A? WOCA and Chick-fil-A in the Paddock Mall have teamed up to reward one organization with 50 chicken sandwiches as a way of saying thanks for the great work that organization is doing in our community. And we need your help. See, there are so many great people doing great things that we need nominations. You can nominate your own organization or any organization you choose. Simply send an email to WOCA@WOCA.com. And in 350 words or less, tell us why the organization you are nominating should receive 50 free chicken sandwiches from WOCA and Chick-fil-A at the Paddock Mall. We'll review your nominations and then select one deserving organization each month. We'll announce the winner and even read the winning entry on the air. Make sure to include the contact name and phone number of the organization that you are nominating. And thanks from your friends at WOCA and Chick-fil-A in the Paddock Mall.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
As a rule, bad news should always be delivered in person or by phone, especially at work. Those without strong social circles are twice as likely to die early. In fact, loneliness can reduce our lifespan just as much as smoking can. The white noise generated by a fan prevents random sounds from disturbing your sleep. And when we've had a good night's sleep, our bodies produce less of the I'm hungry hormone, ghrelin.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Life jackets save lives. We're in Florida. Today will be partly sunny with a refreshing breeze in the afternoon. The high 81 on the coast, 86 inland. Mainly clear tonight, low 59 and a few inland spots, 68 along the coast. Sunshine tomorrow, high 82 at the beaches, 89 inland. And for Thursday, plenty of sunshine, high 87 at the coast, 92 inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
I think our backstory coming up here in just 1 second, and I want to play a little song since Austin gets pulled up. There's a controversy with this famous song by Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven. Supposedly, it was stolen or plagiarized, and while we're waiting to do that, let's see if we can get a quick, without the music, tweets and quotes. To find yourself, think for yourself, said Socrates. Number 2, if you think authenticity for authenticity's sake, you're no longer authentic. Jean-Paul Sartre. And finally, from David Carradine, if you cannot be a poet, be the poem. Do we have that music?
All it glitters.
Well, it's the beginning of the song, but you know how it goes.
That is the very,
the very beginning of it.
That is the very beginning.
Yeah, it's not. That's okay. Anyways, the story. That's okay. That's all right. Fine. Anyway, the group is suing, saying that some of the group had that beginning first. Is suing Led Zeppelin, saying they stole that from them. So it's not that important.
All okay. Oh, that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, all right. Let's go fake or factoid now. I'm sorry, we'll have to cram all this in.
You mean not the words, the music?
No, the instrumental. Yeah. Didn't make that clear. My fault. My bad. There's that song. Yeah, there's that music. Here we go. You guys ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, Austin, you got a game face on today?
Let's do it. I'm ready to win, buddy.
You ready? All right, so what do you think Vegas made you as of today?
Vegas, I'd probably get a lot of respect, so probably about like 5-1.
5-1?
7-1.
I'm
maybe.
3-5.
3-5. Big favorite. By the way, Fake or Factoid, America's favorite game, brought to you by
Angie Lewis State Farm Agency.
There you go. And you'll be with us on Thursday. Number 1, every 2 minutes, we take more pictures than all of humanity in the 19th century. Fake
Fact.
or factoid?
Fact.
Fact.
Both of us say fact. You're correct. Start out +1. Number 2, the word freak was not first introduced to us by the circus, but rather by mariners who used it to warn of shallow waters or sandbars.
Fact.
Fact.
Fake.
Wow.
Good one, pretty good one though, wasn't it? Number 3, the word nerd, N-E-R-D, was first coined by Dr. Seuss in If I Ran the Zoo.
Fact.
Fact.
Both correct. Both have 1 miss. Number 4, too much sleep causes you to lose brain cells.
That sounds dumb enough to be true. Fact.
Yeah, I'm going to go with fact.
Well, they want to change their answer? You should have. It's fake. Both of you have 2 misses. Hope Alexander was listening to his favorite game, by the way.
Yeah.
Number 5, going to bed earlier helps protect you from depression and thoughts of suicide. At least 8 to 9 hours of sleep makes a huge difference.
Fact.
Fake.
Who said fake? Who said fact?
Austin said fact. Tom said
Tom
fake.
said
fake.
But want to change their answer? It's fact. Tom's out. And we'll go on to the number now.
Told you I was going to win today, buddy.
You called it right. The number. Americans spill how many millions of gallons of oil every year? Most of which ends up in the waterways. How many millions of gallons a year do we spill?
15.
15 million, the man says.
200.
200 is pretty close. It's 180 million. Austin wins the game.
Wow.
And the number on fire. How about that?
A lot of oil to spill.
It is. Isn't that an amazing number? That's really I didn't get this in yesterday, but I want to just say quickly that I love this idea that Chipotle's got. They have this new thing now. When you go in and you order food, you get a cup and a bag with imprinted of short stories and think pieces by authors like Jonathan Safran Foer, Malcolm Gladwell, Toni Morrison, George Saunders. So that's a pretty cool idea. And Foer, I think I mentioned this earlier last week, he's the author of the nonfiction indictment of factory farm eating animals. And he was the one who went to the Chipotle and didn't have anything to read. And said, hey, how about putting some on the back of the
cup or the bag.
Cup or something. He said, I just really wanted to die with frustration, he said, when he had nothing to be able to read. So anyway, he went to Chipotle, got him Steve Ells, pitched it. There you went. Voila, idea. Just like when we were kids, we had the cereal boxes. At least I did.
I read cereal boxes religiously.
Yeah, read the back of those cereal boxes. And then
I still do, buddy.
Do you really?
Yes.
They still got the things where you go to fast food restaurants. Some of them got the folded up paper with the trivia and all of them.
I hear Mel tell us that means it's time to go. Coming up, we got Go Long Around the Water Cooler. Dave Pangalore joins us, and the guy named, what's that guy's name? Tom what?
James.
Tom James will join us next right here on Buddy Sports Page. Stay tuned to
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
And you taught me how to say.
Need a car? Need financing? Need somebody to cut through the red tape and send you rolling down the highway? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Got great credit and just prefer a quality pre-owned car at a fair price from somebody you can trust? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Want to avoid high pressure to feel appreciated and be able to choose from a wide selection of AutoCheck and Carfax certified vehicles? Prestige Auto Sales is the place to go. Prestige Auto Sales in Ocala and Bellevue. Prestige, it's all there in our name.
Hey Tom, fake or factoid? The hottest new game is heard weekdays on the Voice of Ocala.
Why, that's easy, buddy. Fact.
Right, Tom, right up there with Jeopardy and the Wheel of Fortune. And you know who we have to thank for making this possible?
Why, that would be me, buddy, because I win every day and I'm so humble about it.
No, fake and fake. Not you. It's Angie Lewis and Lisa Midget.
Oh, you mean because Angie Lewis, State Farm, and Lisa's Property Salon sponsor it?
Fact. You're finally learning how to play America's hot new game, fake or factoid.
Just one more thing, buddy. Do I get to keep using my Don Pardo voice?
I don't know, Tom. Isn't it kind of fake?
It's the ultimate summer staycation, just minutes from downtown Ocala, but miles away from the ordinary. A summer sports or summer golf membership at Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club is your all-inclusive ticket to a summer filled with activities and fun from June through September. A summer membership at Golden Ocala opens the door to a world-class setting. Is golf your game? Is tennis your passion? Or is lounging poolside more your speed? Want to get in shape? Work out in the state-of-the-art fitness center and then relax and unwind in the sauna or the spa. Summer members also have use of the Equestrian Center at Golden Ocala, offering full board and paddock, impeccable trails, and a jumping ring for riders of all ages. Summer memberships are going fast, so visit goldenocala.com and explore the options. Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club. This summer, you can live there and still play here.
This is Austin Tavern reminding you to stay in contact with us at WOCA. Find us on Twitter and Instagram at Voice of Ocala. Make sure to become a friend of our Facebook page and call us at 622-9622.
Hello everybody, this is Terry Bradshaw reminding you to listen to Bloody Martin's Sports Page weekdays at 5 p.m. right here on The Source.
We are The Source, WOCA.
Hi, this is Sam Roberts with Air Ducts Heating and Air. I've been in the air conditioning business for years, but just recently my wife and I decided to open our own business. It's a difficult economic environment, but praise God, we've been doing just fine. And I'd like to take this time to thank all of my customers. I'd also like to invite you to give Air Ducts Heating and Air a try. You see, I don't have the high overhead of having 30 trucks on the road, dozens of employees, etc. And that means I can give you the absolute lowest rock bottom price on your new AC system. When you call Air Ducts Heating and Air,
304-6766. That's 304-6766.
I personally will come to your home and give you a free, no obligation in-home estimate. Air Ducts Heating and Air is a family-owned and operated business, and it'll be our pleasure to help keep your family comfortable.
Call today, 304-6766. That's 304-6766.
Call today for your free in-home estimate. License number CAC 1817288.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services. When your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements, from damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
Hi, Danny Werfel here. You don't have to sacrifice convenience for local personal service.
At Florida Credit Union, you can transfer your high credit card balances to our rewards card and actually get paid with cash back. You'll enjoy low rates and a customizable card that fits your lifestyle for free.
Never tried a credit union? Maybe it's time for a new game plan.
The Florida Credit Union Wave Card, connecting your money to your life.
Stay informed on everything going on in the Villages with the Village Spectator newspaper. The Village Spectator is exclusively devoted to the Villages with news, commentary, and more. And yes, they have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 804-1223 and pick up your copy of the Village Spectator today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. In case some Americans need to be evacuated, the Pentagon takes no chances and moves some U.S. Marines from Spain to Italy as militias in Libya battle it out.
There's a total of about 250 Marines there on Sicily, 7 Ospreys, 3 C-130s as part of this air-to-ground task force.
Pentagon spokesman Rear Admiral John Kirby. In another call for immigration reform, the White House says Congress should quit delaying.
The House should follow the Senate's lead here, take up comprehensive immigration reform either in whole or in pieces.
Spokesman Jay Carney. House Speaker John Boehner says his party's distrust of the president on the issue of immigration is why the House won't act on the already passed Senate bill. A statewide ban on same-sex unions has been struck down, this time in Pennsylvania. The judge's order expected to take effect immediately. Fox News, we report, you decide.
It's the golf sale that only comes once a year, and it's the best time to save. It's the Golfsmith Anniversary Sale. Hurry in now for deals like 2 dozen Callaway HX Bike golf balls for only $35. Adidas Adizero shoes, free with the purchase of 2014 Adams Idea iron sets. Free gift cards of up to $75 with purchase. And get 40% off all Snake Eyes and Maggie Lane apparel. It only comes once a year. It's the Golfsmith Anniversary Sale, so hurry in today.
Make your small business even smarter with ADT Security Services. Through June 1st, get $250 instant savings on select ADT business packages. Improve your operations with 24/7 burglary monitoring, remote climate and lighting control, secure real-time video, and more. So call ** ADT from your cell phone. That's ** 238. ADT. Our business is helping your business. 36-month monitoring contract required. For applicable terms and conditions, visit ADT.com. Florida EF000.
How much time? 30? 30 seconds. I'm on right now. I don't believe you.
Okay. Enough kidding around.
Ho, 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 ho.
And now it's time for the Buddy Martin Sports Page.
He actually had me stay here last night in his gym.
It's like I don't fit in. It's like I don't belong here.
Let's go talk to a couple of guys that never gamble.
Oh, see, I made Lewis a bet here. See, Lewis bet me that we couldn't both get rich and put you on the poorhouse at the same time. He didn't think we could do it.
Gambling is illegal at Bushwood, sir, and I never slide.
And now, here's Buddy.
Hello, welcome to a Tuesday edition of Buddy Sports Page. Glad to have you with us. It's going to be around the water cooler time. Shortly, Tom James will be joining us, along with the great Pinkster, Dave Pingalore from Local 6. Tom Schmitz is in the house. We're going to go long today. It's the day to go long. Subject matters hopefully interesting. Mine will be on the pending lawsuits and the new meaning of taking one for the team.
Mine will be on testosterone boost, and is it really something that is a fertility drug, or is it just a way to hide that you're cycling off?
And I wrote for your tease. So was Robert Mathis trying to give birth to a new football career or kids?
Exactly.
And then
you're a better headline writer than I am.
Been doing it a while. Anyway, Tom James, 100 years of memories at Wrigley Field. Have you ever been to Wrigley Field?
100 years of
100 memories.
Oh, okay.
100 years of memories at Wrigley
Field. Yeah, I've been to Wrigley Field. I've watched 5 Cup games there, 4 when I lived in Chicago, and 1 in the summer of '92 when me and 2 fraternity brothers of mine went to every baseball park in the major leagues.
Okay, there you go. Austin, you know you've probably never been. You probably heard a lot about it. And you can look at it 2 ways. Just an old ballpark, like a museum, or it's a special place. It's not like Yankee Stadium where you can go out in the outfield of the old Yankee Stadium and see all the plaques, or Fenway where you got the Green Monster. But it does have its character, and it has its place in Chicago history. It's funny why the Cubs are so adored. The White Sox don't get much love, at least on that side of town. Wrigley Field's a special place. Ron Zook played a football game there. Remember talking about that, Tom?
Yeah.
When he close to Illinois.
You can only go one way because the end zone wasn't big enough the other way.
Exactly. So one of those stories. All right, we'll take a break here from this particular chitter-chatter and go to Austin for the headlines. Austin, I know we had some basketball last night, and looks like the team I have now ordained as the world champion to be took first step in that direction.
Yes, but the top headline of the day, buddy, does involve the NFL and the Super Bowl. Easy for me to say. Minneapolis will host.
Austin, when you've been in the production room all day, grinding out a Memorial Day, grinding out a story, grinding out a holiday special like you have been. You haven't seen the light of day all day. You've been back to the lights off. I understand.
Words are all jumbling together.
It's just brain damage. So go ahead, have a
Thank you. Minneapolis
Thank you.
will host the 2018 Super Bowl after a vote by owners today, and Minneapolis was rewarded for getting a new stadium deal. The owners chose that city and the $1 billion stadium plan for the site of the old Metrodome to host the championship over New Orleans and Indianapolis. The stadium is scheduled to open in 2016. This is also a headline that's been surfacing today. Ex-players have come out and said the NFL illegally used drugs. This is a quite a lengthy story, but basically a group of retired players says in a lawsuit that was filed today that the league illegally supplied them with risky narcotics and other painkillers that numbed their injuries for games that led to medical complications down the road. Former wide receiver J.D. Hill, in a statement, said, "I was provided uppers, downers, painkillers, you name it, while in the NFL. I became addicted and turned to the streets after my career and was homeless. Never took a drug in my life, and I became a junkie in the NFL."
Yeah, that's my go along today. Part of it, right there.
Yes. The Boston Red Sox have agreed with shortstop Stephen Drew for the remainder of the 2014 season. This pending a physical. He'll make about $10 million. Which is a portion of the $14 million he would have received if he accepted Boston's qualifying offer in the offseason. So Stephen Drew agreeing with the Red Sox on a deal. Buddy, the lottery is tonight. Will you watch it?
No.
A lot of conspiracy theorists will watch it just because a couple big teams, Celtics, Lakers, all vying for the number one pick to choose Andrew Wiggins or Jabari Parker.
Will you watch it?
I probably will.
Tom Schmidt won't watch it. Tom Schmidt is going to be doing something else tonight, probably.
There is no reason I don't watch the state of Florida lottery at 11 o'clock at night that gives away millions. The hell would I want to watch a lottery that tells me somebody's going to get a basketball player that still needs to be developed for 3 more years?
I like it. I like to watch it.
I think that's a no, Austin, by the way.
Yeah, I think so. I like it just to see who are the kind of random people, not random, but just the different people that organizations send to
like
it.
Dan Gilbert sent his little kid up there dressed like a Howdy Doody doll or something.
Yes. On another note, Steve Kerr, never been a head coach at any level and knows there's questions about whether he can do the job, but he says he's willing to put in the work and put the right people around me to prove he can do the job. The Golden State Warriors introduced Kerr as their new coach today as the team's downtown Oakland headquarters. His contract is for 5 years and about $25 million. He plans to finish his duties broadcasting the Western Conference Finals for TNT before starting in Golden State.
One of the people he wants to put around him is Kevin Love, by the way, just in case you want to know.
That wouldn't be a bad addition to his team. Last headline of the day, the Indiana Pacers will have backup wing Evan Turner available for Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals after he missed the series opener due to strep throat.
All right. A couple of things we're going to talk about later on in the program, and I did not know that, or I know that, is got a story about how far will an owner go to investigate NBA officials. Interesting story. I'll tell you about that. And what if you paid $60 million for a high school stadium and you couldn't open it because it wasn't built right? That would not be good, would it?
Oh, I talked about this on the radio a month and a half ago.
Amazing. I mean, it's true. It's happened now.
Yeah, no, I know. month and a half ago, they said it was going to happen.
Yeah, it did happen. So here we go. We'll talk about that. More sports. Tom James will be here. The man from Orlando will be here, the great Pinkster. So stay tuned to Ocala's hottest sports talk show right here, Buddy Sports Page on.
Buddy Sports Page, we're streaming live on WOCA.com.
Come on, go.
Live and local
bring it
on WOCA The Source.
Get an amen. Right on the southwestern corner of the square sits one of the finest dining establishments in Florida, Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood Restaurant. Mark's offers big city dining amenities in a charming and small town setting. It's a rare treat to experience both the ambiance and the exquisite cuisine in a friendly atmosphere. Ocala's finest restaurant serves the finest beef, the freshest seafood, premium wines, and naturally fresh vegetables. From valet parking to splendid service, Mark's offers the complete package. Check it out today. Mark's Prime Seafood and Steakhouse Restaurant. Men, do you know your testosterone level? Are you experiencing decreased energy levels or unusual sleeping problems? Have you noticed you have less strength or endurance, decreased sex drive, increased irritability or depression? If so, you may be experiencing problems with low testosterone. If you're interested in a free testosterone screening, please call Rinstar Medical Research at 352-629-5800. Again, that number is 352-629-5800.
Hello, everybody. This is Terry Bradshaw of Fox NFL Sunday. Whenever I'm in Ocala, if I'm not picking and singing with my buddy Mel Tillis, then I'm listening to my longtime friend Buddy Martin on WOCA. Of course, I rarely get to Ocala, so if you believe that, I've got some horses I'd like to sell you. Some of them even have 4 legs. Regardless, I highly recommend you listen to Buddy Martin's Sports Page weekdays at 5 p.m. right here on The Source.
Hi, this is Tom Schmitz, the host of the Saturday Sports Page on WOCA. The Saturday Sports Page is your weekend destination for everything sports, from NASCAR to golf, baseball to boxing, and of course, the best, most comprehensive football coverage on the radio. Also, you don't want to miss my weekly "Are You Kidding Me?" rant. So join me, Austin Tapman, and Josh LaSalva every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. for the Saturday Sports Page on WOCA, The Source. Hi, this is Tom Schmitz of the Voice of Ocala, heard daily on these airwaves from 3 to 6 p.m. People always come up and ask me, is Buddy Martin really a nice guy to work with? And I always tell them, sure, he's one of the nicest guys you could ever meet. It's a pleasure working with Buddy every day. It's almost like no work at all. Did that sound believable? I mean, wait, is this still on?
Hi, Danny Werfel here. You don't have to sacrifice convenience for local personal service.
At Florida Credit Union, you can transfer your high credit card balances to our rewards card and actually get paid with cash back. You'll enjoy low rates and a customizable card that fits your lifestyle for free.
Never tried a credit union? Maybe it's time for a new game plan.
The Florida Credit Union Wave Card, connecting your money to your life.
Legally Yours, brought to you by Fuller & Fuller Attorneys at Law. On the air every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. with John Fuller, a board-certified civil trial lawyer for over 25 years. John welcomes your questions, from business to complex family matters to legal disputes. So tune in every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. for Legally Yours with John Fuller, right here on WOCA 1370 a.m. and 96.3 FM, The Source.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Our tractor services include bush hog, disking, front end loader, box blade, and stump grinding. We also have zero-turn mowers for the smaller paddocks, aisleways, fence rows, and lawn care. Fence row spraying is also available for weed control. We are licensed and insured. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440, or online at powellgene, Gene, at yahoo.com. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Your official news source, WOCA.
All day I face barren ways,
without the taste of water.
Man, that song makes me thirsty. Oh, it must be time for that segment, Around the Water Cooler with Buddy and Tom Tom. Tom Tom? Wait, Buddy and Tom and Tom. Oh, who cares? Here's Around the Water Cooler.
And can you see that big green tree where the water's running free and it's waiting there for me and you? The nights are cool.
You know, this song has been really our theme song for over a year now, and it's all about the water cooler, and you guys didn't like it at first when we first started.
I still don't like the song.
Yes, you do.
But you know what?
I loved it from day one.
I don't like the song at all, but I tell you what.
Yeah.
I'm in the minority.
Yeah.
I've been getting those, texts, 352-507-5352.
Yeah.
Numerous texts saying, this song sets the stage for our segment Around the Water Cooler.
Well, there you go. That's good to know.
There you go.
I hate the song, but I'm in the minority.
It's kind of become.
We've only been using it for about a year now.
It's kind of our brand.
Anytime, Buddy, moving forward in the future, you want a good opinion on something, whatever Schmitty says, go the other way.
Exactly.
Okay.
Tom James joins us now for Around the Water Cooler. You heard the music. We're in play. Now, also part of this is our friend down in Orlando, the Mac Daddy of television down there, the master of the great game ping pong, the great pinkster, Dave Pigalore. What's up, David?
Yeah, boys. Welcome. Thanks for having me on again. I appreciate
Good
it.
to have you on, my man. Hey, are you getting caught up in any NBA basketball yet, or is it just sort of like boring?
No, I've been watching it for the last 3 weeks. Ready to go. Get the NBA Finals. Spurs against the Indiana Pacers.
Really? Well, what are you smoking on? What are you smoking on the Indiana Pacers? They got one game. It's fool's goal. They got no chance of beating Miami in 7.
They're built to beat the Heat. They're going to beat the Heat.
I tell you, who's built to beat the Heat is the San Antonio Spurs.
No, Spurs will like them to win it all, but the Heat will not win this series against Indiana. Everyone's get caught up in the series against Atlanta and the Wizards. They just kind of were going through the motions, and when they needed to win, they won, and they took care of business the other day, and tonight, if they win tonight, you can just shut them down, shut the Heat down.
Wow.
Pink's having an allergic reaction to shellfish or something because he's lost his mind.
Not at all. Shut the Heat down.
The Pinkster says shut them down. Wow.
You'll see.
Amazing. Well, we'll see. I won't wager.
I'm more geared up tonight, fired up for the NBA lottery. It's the Magic Super Bowl tonight.
Oh, man. Come on now. Please don't say that.
It's a big night for Central Florida. Big night.
How many picks does Magic have?
Well, they have the third worst record, so they could win the number 1 pick tonight. And they're getting another top 12 pick because they will get the lottery pick of Denver or the New York Knicks.
All right, so who do you like? If you get the first and 13th pick, who you getting?
Man.
Wiggins?
Yeah, Wiggins. Go with Wiggins.
Yeah.
Ping, is this basically the most anticipated Magic draft since they got Shaq and Penny in '93?
No, probably when they got Dwight.
Okay, but that's one guy. They've got 2 high picks this time.
2 high picks, correct. They have 2 high picks, yeah. So, yeah, it would be.
So you're rooting for the hometown team to do well, and you're going to
be man, this is big. This is the Super Bowl for the Orlando Magic. This is bigger than the Heat and the Pacers game 2 tonight.
Wow. You know what? That's why I love when I have you on, Pinkster, is that I wasn't going to watch it, so now you got me so fired up I got to watch it.
8 o'clock, right before. It's such a big deal. They do it right before the tip of the game.
Okay, if you say so, I'll be watching. Now, let me ask you a question about this NBA thing. Have you seen the story about what extent an owner will go to have officials investigated?
I did see Cuban's story about that, yeah.
Amazing.
Okay. Look, I've always said that the league is built here. Look it, and it's if you cover the NBA, I've covered it since 2005 when I was in Cleveland when LeBron was there. There was always a chatter amongst reporters and just guys hanging around was, the league can't fix a game, but the league can help a team. The officials can help a team, but if the team can't help themselves, then you're out of luck. Okay.
So Mark Cuban's idea that maybe the NBA referees Or
I believe that. I completely believe it. If you watch any of the playoff games this year, you can kind of see, that go on. Stars do get the calls, but it's one of the most, the sport that really can be controlled by officiating more than any other sport.
But not boxing. Boxing number one. This
well,
is number two.
Okay, but other than that, other than I'm talking of four major sports.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
Team sports, basketball definitely can be persuaded by the way official calls a game. I was watching a playoff game this year, and they talk about over-unders in Tim Donaghy when he was the ref that got in trouble for the gambling, and the referees. I can remember it was the Rockets against the Trailblazers a couple weeks ago. The over-under in that game was 215. Okay, well, in the last 34 seconds, it was like, you go look at the score. It was like 102 or 104-98. Okay, in the last 34 seconds of that game, 12 free throws were made. And the game went, they scored 12 points on the free throw line in the last 34 seconds.
Yeah, but they weren't all bad. They weren't all fixed calls. So some of those legitimate fouls.
Some of them were some shady calls.
Really?
The Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, it's a human element. Here's another game. If you don't watch the NBA that closely, if you happen to start watching some of the games now, watch what the NBA does, the referees. If there's a missed basket, okay, like a layup, and the guy missed the basket, but a guy's kind of fouled him, if the ball does not go in, they will blow the whistle after the ball hits the floor.
I've seen
that. Watch that call.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Okay, well, they don't do that's
Yeah.
If it goes in, they won't call it.
Sometimes they're late calls, though, too. They just aren't late
calls.
calls.
No. I'm telling you right now. I bet.
All right, so you're saying it said Mark Cuban's onto something.
Golden State will tell you in 2002 that absolutely the referees made sure the LA Lakers beat them.
Well, Golden State would say that. Here's the thing about it. I've heard conspiracy theorists as I've been around these games for 50 years. Everybody's got one. And there have been a couple, not many. And it's always
Dave DeButcher and Patrick Ewing, the draft, how that was fixed.
But what's the rationale, though? Who are they trying to lace their own pockets, or is it for the betterment of the NBA?
No,
Because if it's for the betterment of the NBA, then why are the Spurs, the Pacers, and OKC in the Final Four?
Because those are the only teams always in the Final Four. Eventually, go look at the history. Who's in the NBA Finals? How many times outside the Spurs, the Pistons, the Bulls, the Celtics, and the Lakers have been in the NBA Finals and won a championship.
It's kind of how it is in all professional sports. Though. Look at the NFL.
If you're a fan of the Milwaukee Bucks, okay, you're never going to win. Go look at who wins.
Yeah, but whoever thought the Spurs were going to, in a small market like that were going to be a dominant basketball franchise, and they are. So that kind of argues against the betterment of the league argument for fixing.
Well, they probably, they got lightning in a bottle, and they were able to stick with all those guys there. They all probably living in San Antonio. It's a nice place to live, so they stuck it out there. But other than that, when you're and it's like Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard. It's the same. It's the way the league is structured. These kids get drafted, and this year's draft. Okay, Wiggins is gonna get drafted. Okay, he's really not going to become who he is until he's 28 years old. By the time he's 28, he's a free agent. He's gone out of that city. It's LeBron. It's like LeBron. LeBron went to Cleveland. He went to the finals in 2007, but that was kind of like flash in the pan. I was there for that. They got swept by the Spurs, but he didn't really grow up and to be a better basketball player until he left Cleveland.
It's kind of how it is in professional sports or free agency. Anyway,
right? So they kind of it's kind of a messed up system.
Yeah. Okay, we got that. Let's talk about ping pong and what's on tonight's show.
Tonight's show. Last night I did my mock NBA draft.
Well, who'd you draft in your mock draft?
I had the ping pong ball machine out there. They had the whole thing.
Yeah.
And my draft came out Philadelphia, Milwaukee, Utah, and Orlando.
Now, did the
mailbox? I put the 100 balls in there, and I spun it around a little bit, and so we'll talk about that a little bit at 6, and then of course tonight I'll bring out the mailbox, and we'll have a little fun with the mailbox, and talk about the biggest night in Central Florida sports in a long time.
Wow.
The lottery.
I think you should have a ping pong ball in the mailbox with a number on it, just for the heck of it.
Right.
Just
Yeah, probably should.
Just say, hey, this is a little secret tip from a mystical power. What does number 4 mean? What does that mean? I want to always help you out, Dave, because you're my local sportscaster. All right.
I might have to do that.
All right, David. As usual, don't forget Local 6 tonight at 6. What time is it? 6:20. You're on.
6:23 and then about 11:28.
Yeah, I never get that exactly right. I have to start setting my DVR because I'm a minute off here or there. So you're going to lay it on the line tonight. It's big time. It's for the draft. For the all of a sudden, the Orlando Magic, the doormats of the NBA, are going to become potential NBA champions next year, right?
Yes, why not?
All right, David. Thank you, buddy.
I see
Appreciate
you.
it. Dave Pingalore. You know what he does? It's good.
He gets people like Tom James, who is a fan of lottery pick teams. He gets them hyped up about their chances to win the lottery.
Well, no, not so much that. And then Tom's done this. Tom did
because he's a fan of a lottery pick team.
Tom did a very good job as an anchor for NBC2 in Fort Myers for several years when I was down there. So he knows how to play that game. But what I think is good here is that Bing doesn't try to give you the scores and the news. He gives you a top story, then he gives you a lot of quick step stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He
A
does.
little pizzazz, a little showbiz, a little this, a little that, whatever. And, you get the mailbox. He's got Vince Gundy talking, whatever. Either you like it or you don't.
He's got the CF Knight showing up, giving thumbs up, thumbs down.
If you like cold, hard sports, you're not going to like Ping.
You've got 50 other places to go for that.
And that's what he's smart.
Right.
He realizes that.
Tom, are they your team, the LA Lakers? Do they have the least chance of everybody? Do they have the fewest balls in the bin?
Well, I don't know how many ping pong balls do they have because they've got to have some of the most, don't they?
I don't know. I know that the Bucks have the most because
Milwaukee's got the most.
They got 25
How about
balls out
somebody
of
look
100.
that up for us after the break? We'll read it out. And since now
I think the Lakers got like 4 balls in there.
We just swore off that we're going to watch it, and all of a sudden we're saying, let's see how many balls they got in there.
we spent 10 minutes.
Hey, I told you I'd watch it.
There you go. You did. Yeah. All right. So coming up in the next segment, we're going to talk about this lawsuit, and that's why I'm doing a tease. It's called a tease, so I can, in the next segment after this, we'll be talking about this NFL lawsuit, and you may take the opportunity to to look at it from the standpoint of saying, well, it doesn't matter. Guys get hurt. They shouldn't get paid. Or you might say, hey, trouble ahead. The lawsuits have just started coming. I'm going to give you my take on that on Go Long. Tom James is going to talk about 100 years of memories at Wrigley Field.
And buddy, if your heart pitters and patters for Wrigley Field, you may not like me when that Go Long is done.
All right, and then Tom Schmidt's going to do nothing as he always does. Okay,
Absolutely
coming up
nothing.
next right here on Buddy Sports Page.
We're live and local on WOCA.
Oh yeah, bring it, brother.
The Source.
If you know what happiness is to you, because I'm happy, clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't nothing bring me down.
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, the new old-fashioned bank. Let us introduce you to Ocus, a simple way to bring your business online. Through this relationship, your business can have a fully functioning website in less than 30 minutes. We will also provide you support with social media, sales tracking, e-commerce, and online scheduling, which is all optimized for mobile users. Ocus, now at Gateway Bank, Silver Springs Boulevard, Ocala. Come visit our technology center for your total small business solution. I'm Tom Ingram, and I'll see you there.
Men, do you know your testosterone level? Are you experiencing decreased energy levels or unusual sleeping problems? Have you noticed you have less strength or endurance, decreased sex drive, increased irritability or depression? If so, you may be experiencing problems with low testosterone. If you're interested in a free testosterone screening, please call Rinstar Medical Research at 352-629-5800. Again, that number is 352-629-5800.
Recently, Buddy Martin was joined on Buddy Sports Page by the legendary Sports Illustrated writer Dan Jenkins.
Hey, talking to young people as you do a lot, and I do too, I always tell them the first thing you do is show up. And you certainly did that from the time you went to, was it Katy Park, or you started going there and play with Hogan, and you showed up there, you showed up at the office, you began, that's how you got your job. You kept showing up, didn't you?
That's right. You got to show up. You got to let them know you exist, People ask me, the only advice I have for any young people is just read everything you can get your hands on, especially read the people you might be able to learn something from. which is what I did. I declared John Lardner, anything he ever wrote, a Bible. Same with Red Smith and a bunch of other people. But all you know is what you're going to learn. And if I developed a style of any kind, whatever, it was just taking from them and putting an edge on it and kind of, finding your own voice somewhere along the way.
So remember, always check out Buddy Martin on the Voice of Ocala.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. In case some Americans need to be evacuated, the Pentagon takes no chances and moves some U.S. Marines from Spain to Italy as militias in Libya battle it out.
There's a total of about 250 Marines there on Sicily, 7 Ospreys, 3 C-130s as part of this air-to-ground task force.
Pentagon spokesman Rear Admiral John Kirby. In another call for immigration reform, the White House says Congress should quit delaying.
The House should follow the Senate's lead here. Take up comprehensive immigration reform, either in whole or in pieces.
Spokesman Jay Carney. House Speaker John Boehner says his party's distrust of the president on the issue of immigration is why the House won't act on the already passed Senate bill. A statewide ban on same-sex unions has been struck down, this time in Pennsylvania. The judge's order expected to take effect immediately. Fox News, we report, you decide.
It's the golf sale that only comes once a year, and it's the best time to save. It's the Golfsmith Anniversary Sale. Hurry in now for deals like 2 dozen Callaway HX Bite golf balls for only $35. Adidas Adizero shoes, free with the purchase of 2014 Adams Idea iron sets. Free gift cards of up to $75 with purchase. And get 40% off all Snake Eyes and Maggie Lane apparel. It only comes once a year. It's the Golfsmith Anniversary Sale, so hurry in today.
Make your small business even smarter with ADT Security Services. Through June 1st, get $250 instant savings on select ADT business packages. Improve your operations with 24/7 burglary monitoring, remote climate and lighting control, secure real-time video, and more. So call ** ADT from your cell phone. That's ** 238. ADT. Our business is helping your business. 36-month monitoring contract required. For applicable terms and conditions, visit ADT.com. Florida EF0001.
Look who just walked in the room. Joel Wiesner from What's Up Ocala. Hey, Joel, I'm looking for something to do this weekend. You got any ideas?
Absolutely. Check out our event calendar online at www.whatsupocala.com, and there is plenty of events there for you. Daily news updates to event reviews and magazine articles.
Really?
We've organized it all in one place online for you to cut through all of the hassle of finding something to do this weekend. We have a daily event calendar, a bi-monthly magazine, and we also do daily news articles.
All right, Joel, that's perfect. Thanks so much.
Yeah, whatsupocala.com.
Like it or not, springtime is just around the corner, and so is spring cleaning and those winter projects you've been putting off. But don't worry, Sunbelt Rentals is here to make your job a little easier. Our knowledgeable staff will help you find the right equipment for any job, big or small. Did you know that Sunbelt Rentals carries heaters, air conditioners, generators, lighting, traffic control, and so much more? So whether you're building it up or knocking it down, we've got the equipment you need. Get it done, rent it now. And right now, for a limited time, you can have it for less. Just by mentioning this ad, if you rent it Friday afternoon, you can keep it the whole weekend and only pay for one day. But this is a limited time offer, so stop into Sunbelt Rentals today, Northwest 27th, just a quarter mile east of I-75. For more information, just give us a call, 352-369-9101. 352-369-9101. Sunbelt Rentals. Get it done, rent it now.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new truck.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Water's running free and it's waiting there for me and you. The nights are cool.
Sing along, guys.
And I'm a pool, each star's a pool of water.
This song sucks.
Water
sucks. You know, we have a sponsor who pays us to play this. So when you say that, the sponsor's not real happy about it, okay? Just remember that. All right, time to go long. I guess because I'm talking about it, I'll go long first.
Yeah.
All right with you guys? Okay. maybe the lawsuits aren't over for the NFL after all. Not so fast, my friend. A group of former NFL players charged today that the league, what they said, was thirsty for profits, illegally supplied these players, with risky narcotics and other painkillers that numbed their injuries for games and led to medical complications down the road. The league obtained and administered the drugs illegally, says the suit, without prescriptions and without warning players of the potential side effects to speed the return of injured players to the field and maximize profits, the suit said. Players say they were never told about broken legs and ankles, and instead were fed pills to mask pain. This is beginning to sound like the drumbeats of the tsunami called massive litigation for the affluent NFL, which, by the way, has deep pockets that are overflowing. And everybody wants to get theirs. And you know what? I'm okay with this. Jim McMahon, the former Bears quarterback, says in the lawsuit he suffered a broken neck and ankle during his career, but rather than sitting out, he received medications and was pushed back onto the field. Team doctors and trainers said they never told him about the injuries, according to the lawsuit. McMahon also became addicted to painkillers, at one point taking more than 100 Percocet pills a month. Look, I'm no lawyer, but I spent part of my lifetime around the NFL and players and some of my friends in the NFL. And just based on what I've seen, from my point of view, this suit does seem to have some validity. And at least on the surface, should warrant great concern. Clearly, there is evidence. It wasn't just a case of players abusing their bodies, but doing so with the help of a bunch of Dr. Feelgoods. It also brings new meaning to the term. Taking one for the team, or two, or three, or four.
Amen.
I think they even made a movie about this called North Dallas 40.
Those are more recreational drugs.
Well, I remember Mac Davis was taking a lot of pain pills in that movie to get out there and play quarterback.
I had many conversations with Terry Bradshaw about things like this, and he used to talk about he used to have a big jar of greenies they passed around the room, before the games. The Pittsburgh Steelers all just take those greenies.
Well, they did that in the Atlanta Braves locker room. It was found out in the 80s, taking big thing of greenies so that they could do a 162-game schedule. You know, you end a night game, have to play a day game, you take some uppers.
Speaking of drugs, Tom Schmitz has a little go long about a guy who took a fertility drug and, well, cost him some money in playing time.
Robert Mathis has been suspended by the NFL 4 games for performance-enhancing drugs. He tested positive for a testosterone booster that the NFL has banned. He says he was using it under a doctor's care while he and his wife were trying to get pregnant. He has a doctor that says this is correct, and his wife is now pregnant. The problem is the drug is also used as a person cycles off steroids. When you do steroids, your body tries to maintain a testosterone balance. As you cycle off, your body needs a boost to start making natural testosterone again. So then the question becomes, does a man who just completed the greatest season of his career without Dwight Freeney on the other side eating up blocks really have a testosterone count that is so low he cannot impregnate his wife, so he must seek a doctor to help him with the problem? The NFL thinks no, while Mathis says yes. Well, as a guy that may know a little something about steroids, my BS meter is running high on Mathis's low testosterone level.
I'm going to say it sounded like a voice of authority, TJ, on that one. A little bit too much on that one, I believe.
Looking back, didn't Manny Ramirez?
Same thing, same drug.
That's what I was thinking.
Same exact drug.
Milazedo, but not that one. A different one, obviously.
Manny Ramirez got suspended for the same drug.
Yeah, that's
like I said, BS meters high on the low testosterone.
There you go.
All right. Well, that's good news or bad news. You're looking at ball games and ballparks. You have a lot of memories and you have forgettable moments. And Tom James now wants to talk about some forgettable moments at Wrigley Field.
100 forgettable years of Wrigley Field. Wrigley Field, 100 years, huh? Well, happy birthday. How many of those 100 years have actually been happy? If simply existing for that long is worth celebrating, then go crazy. Good luck finding anything else to get excited about. The Cubs have been outplayed by low-budget expansion franchises like the Marlins and the Diamondbacks, who have a combined 3 World Series titles in less than a fifth of the time span since the Cubs last won one. That was 1906. Not that Wrigley Field should really be part of that discussion. It didn't even exist then, and neither did virtually anyone else currently alive on the face of the planet. At Wrigley, it's been 100 years of players playing in front of fans, only about half of which actually care about what's happening on the field. The rest treat Wrigley like a matinee nightclub where they can drink, carouse, and be seen, whatever that means. Your teams have rarely been good enough to be more than a mere circus sideshow. Hey, we'd love to call you the Susan Lucci of sports, except we can't. She actually won finally. And heck, the Cubs even wooed a bright young general manager, Theo Epstein, who led the Red Sox, of all teams, to 2 World Series titles. And now he may as well have entered the witness protection program. You want real baseball? Try the south side of town, because at Wrigley Field, it just isn't meant to be.
Downright sacrilegious for all you Cub fans out there. Tommy James ripping up on Wrigley Field.
Tom James just doesn't understand what Wrigley Field is meant for.
And what would that be?
It's not meant for winning baseball games. It's meant for drinking cheap beer, eating hot dogs, and having a party.
I think I covered that.
Kind of what he said there.
The drinking, carousing, and being seen.
But that's what it was meant for. And they do, by the way, they're the best in the major leagues at that.
Yeah, that comes from some of the players actually doing that.
By the way, was 1906?
Too,
right? was that Comiskey? Was that whoever?
No, it was. I think Cubs. It was the West Side. It was called the West Side
Reason
Stadium.
I asked because there's a story I read about how the Cubs' history. They did some kind of graphic. Mm-hmm. They had Comiskey Park in the back of it instead of Wrigley, which I thought was kind of interesting.
It was either called West Side Stadium or West Side Park is where the Cubs
we have a crack research team.
Played.
We can figure that one out.
And then once the Wrigley family bought it, the chewing gum
West Side
magnets.
Park.
West Side Park. There you have it.
Yeah, there's a certain romance about things, places like Fenway and about
the Ivy, baby, the Ivy.
Yeah. I wasn't really, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't enamored of it. I thought it was just a nice little place and obviously a famous place and where Ernie Banks used to say this beautiful place played to, et cetera, et cetera. It didn't mean that much to me, but I can understand how people would think it meant something to them. I found Fenway to be a little more charming to me. It seemed like it had a little more character or something to me. That's just me. But you took a trip around.
I did the tour in 92. Me and 2 of my fraternity brothers got in a...
Was there any beer drinking involved at all?
For Schmitty?
Quite a bit.
I doubt it.
Just one.
We did every stop on the Major League Tour. We did Montreal, Toronto, we did them all. And to me, literally, the best stadium we went to for just the sheer history of, you knew greatness had played there and everything. Yes, Yankee Stadium was great, but it's going to be one that you will never guess in a million years. The old Tiger Stadium in Detroit that had columns in the way so you couldn't see the field in certain seats and everything. The history of it, knowing that the Georgia Peach had played there and everything, Tiger Stadium for me was the epitome of baseball.
It used to be called Briggs back in the day.
Right, it was Briggs originally, and then it became Tiger
I was there
Stadium.
for a World Series, by the way, in Detroit. And I just got to tell you, my experience was...
It was a dump.
But here's what happened. This is the mid-'80s, whatever the year was, and we were pulling out on a media bus. Not only did we get were there bottles being thrown at us out there, there was a dead body leg on the median out there. That's what happened. That's my memory of Detroit.
That's Detroit for you.
It was a dump.
Yeah, well, you mentioned Ty Cobb, incidentally. The last time the Cubs won the World Series in 06,
Ty Cobb was still playing.
Defeated Cobb and the Tigers.
Detroit Tigers, exactly. That's the last time they won. But some of the newer stadiums, Chavez Ravine is amazing in L.A.
Did I say 1906? I give him a little more credit. It was...
08.
08.
Yeah, 08.
Oh, well, no wonder I couldn't get it right.
Yeah.
Well, now that changes everything.
Chavez Ravine was a great park. Yankee Stadium, was Yankee Stadium. And it's no longer there. but some of the parks were terrible.
I loved Yankee Stadium, the old Yankee Stadium.
Right.
And it was tough. It was a tough time to go there in the 70s in the Bronx.
I bet, because they were terrible.
Park your car, you wasn't sure
in the Bronx.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was.
We took the train over from Manhattan.
Take the train. but I drove from Westchester. But I always loved it because the history, you could feel the history there, you know. There are a few ballparks like that. Dodger Stadium I went to in the 60s, which I loved.
Chavez Ravine is fantastic.
Which was a nice
Candlestick Park.
Looking down on the field to me at Dodger Stadium, it's really one of my favorite.
Candlestick Park was a fabulous place.
Windy.
Oh, I was there, we were there in late July.
Cold.
We were there in late July. The Pirates were playing the Giants.
Gosh.
It was a nighttime game, and in the 7th inning, we're under blankets and jackets. In July.
I remember when Woody Page had to go buy a coat with St. Louis for the World Series because it was so darn cold in October. He circled the table 4 times before to pull the trigger on an $80 jacket, a trench coat, and I've got that today. When he cleaned out his apartment 5 years ago, he said, "Take this." I talked him into spending $80. That was a big deal for Woody. Now he makes a lot more money.
Now, the worst park in that trip we went to was one that you remember well, buddy, because you were there.
Yeah.
The Houston Astrodome was absolutely the worst place to watch a baseball game.
1967 All-Star game, Astrodome, bases loaded, the great Mickey Mantle at bat, Tom Seaver on the mound. He struck him out. And Seaver said after the game, he said, it was unbelievable. He said, it was here I was, the kid against the great. I'll never forget that line.
Wow.
Yeah, that was when Bob Gibson stiffed me with them to talk to me. So, anyway, those are some fun memories. Okay, we'll take a break, come back. Franz Beard's got a new job. Got a new place.
Congratulations. Wow.
Beard. How about that? Franz Beard moving uptown, man. We'll talk to Franz next right here on Buddy Sports Page.
1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA.
The Source.
It's the ultimate summer staycation, just minutes from downtown Ocala, but miles away from the ordinary. A summer sports or summer golf membership at Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club is your all-inclusive ticket to a summer filled with activities and fun from June through September. A summer membership at Golden Ocala opens the door to a world-class setting. Is golf your game? Is tennis your passion? Or is lounging poolside more your speed? Want to get in shape? Work out in the state-of-the-art fitness center and then relax and unwind in the sauna or the spa. Summer members also have use of the Equestrian Center at Golden Ocala, offering full board and paddock, impeccable trails, and a jumping ring for riders of all ages. Summer memberships are going fast, so visit goldenocala.com and explore the options. Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club. This summer, you can live there and still play here.
Whenever something big happens in Ocala and Marion County, Buddy Martin is there on the case.
I've known coaches who said they're going to retire at 50, still coaching, well into their 60s, in some cases 70s. So it's a good thing.
Well, the reason they're doing that is they never got fired, and they were winning along the way, and that's sort of what has happened here. And, I got to believe sort of my workout program or whatever I do all the time working out has really helped me sort of stay the same as I was really 20 years ago when I was coaching at Florida and so forth. As you know, buddy, I said one time, when I can't call the plays anymore and I can't remember guys' names, I need to get out of it.
Well, that's true.
I haven't hit that stage yet.
So remember, always check out Buddy Martin on the Voice of Ocala on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Hello, everybody. This is Terry Bradshaw reminding you to listen to Buddy Martin's Sports Page weekdays at 5 p.m. right here on The Source.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Robin and I will be speaking to Dr. Jerry L. Hatfield. He's the director of the USDA ARS National Lab for Agriculture. He's coming on to speak to us about the 2014 National Climate Assessment Report.
News Bites, the hottest news and current events are bite-sized.
And then Dan Waldschmidt is coming on. He's an international business strategist. He's been on Fox News, The Today Show, and he's coming on AM Ocala Live to speak about his book, Edgy Conversations, How Ordinary People Can Achieve Outrageous Success.
Alex Grecian is an historian and a researcher. He's written a book called The Devil's Workshop. It's a novel of Scotland Yard's murder squad.
And then Legally Yours with your host, John Fuller. He's an attorney here in Ocala at the law firm of Fuller & Fuller, answering your legal questions.
Judith K. Gaiman is a health and wellness expert featured on Fox News. She's written a book called Age to Perfection, How to Thrive to 100, Happy, Healthy, and Wise.
All of that plus fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
News Talk 1370, WOCA invites you to discover your full business potential. News Talk Radio is the perfect environment for your advertising. WOCA's News Talk format pinpoints information-hungry, better educated, high-income adults. So use us to talk to them. Call 732-8000. 732-8000. We're Ocala News Talk Radio. News Talk 1370 WOCA.
Love inside of me. Go on and send me down to Tucson, and I'll get the job done. Then call up.
Little Melvin, tell us there. Time it should be like some kind of congratulations song being played because our next guest is moved on up the ladder. The new columnist for Scout.com. Franz Beard joins us in the program. Franz, a little applause for you here, buddy.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Congratulations, Franz.
Thank you too, Tom. I appreciate it. I appreciate the opportunity you guys give me to come on here and state my opinions however wrong they might be on a regular basis.
Well, you sound like you're in a tunnel. Where are you calling? Where are we calling you?
I'm
There you are. All right, now we hear you. Okay. Well, I've got thoughts.
I moved 2 feet.
Okay, I've got thoughts of the day here in front of me. I looked on today, and I wrote you a little note on Facebook. I'll be a new member of Scout.com because you're joining them. Tell us about the new gig, man.
Well, I'm over there. I'm going to be doing my thoughts of the day column and going to be concentrating on basketball stuff almost exclusively, which is right up my alley. I'll write thoughts of the day. It'll be about all sports and whatever I think, which, as you know how my mind works, and it's all over the place. But mostly I'm going to be concentrating on basketball, and in particular at this time of the year, basketball recruiting, because the Gators currently they have 2 kids committed. They've had brought in a couple of transfers, in John Horford and John Egbunu out of USF. And apparently they're going to still sign a couple more kids in this new recruiting class. So I'm going to be able to be at some of the big events like the Nike Peaks Jam and stuff like that. I'm going to have an opportunity to really get to know these kids who Florida's recruiting.
Will you do any football at all?
Oh, once football season gets here, I'm sure that I'll be doing some football. But right now, my main job is going to be to concentrate on basketball.
Well, I see your predictions and your thoughts today of your Memorial Day predictions of the SEC. South Carolina first in the East, second Georgia second, and Florida third. And then in the West, Auburn over Alabama. Auburn ahead of then Alabama, then LSU. So you are thinking a little football. Is the third the best you can get out of it for Will Muschamp? Third projection.
Well, I think that's reasonable, buddy. And the thing about it is I could give you a Star Wars prediction and say they're going to go 10-2 or 11-1, and certainly anything is possible. We didn't think 11-1 in the regular season a couple of years ago was possible, but they did it. So anything is possible. But I mean, I'm basing it on what I see is the reality. You got a lot of young guys there. You got a rebuilt offensive line. And if all those things come together, then, yeah, certainly better than 8-4 is possible. But right now, where they stand, the reality that I see is that they're probably going to be about an 8-4 team. The schedule is just brutal.
All right. Now, I've got 15 seconds to tell us about how we get to read you on Scout.com real quick.
www.florida.scout.com.
Okay.
It's called the Fighting Gators website, and that's where I am.
Or I can also go on Scout.com and look over to the SEC and find you that way too. So FightingGators.com. Franz, congratulations, man. Look forward to reading your columns. We'll talk again coming up on Thursday, all right? Franz
Thanks
Beard.
so much, buddy.
Thank you, Franz Beard. Thanks, Dave Pingalore. Thanks, Pamela Calero. Broadcast partner Tom Schmitz and his buddy, TJ. And also the Statman Tatman. Good show, guys. Thanks. I'm Buddy Martin. Have a great night, everybody.
She grew up in an Indiana town, had a good-looking mom. She never was around, but she grew up tall and
Right on the southwestern corner of the square sits one of the finest dining establishments in